How's it going, everyone? Yep, Movie and Game Lover 98 here, and I'm going to be doing part 3, possibly the final part of me showing my Thomas Home Media Collection, all CGI with Jake Martin. This is going to be part 3, hopefully the final part, because we've only got a certain amount of releases left to go, and then we're going to be done. So, yep. Oh, hi, Thomas LP fan 123. Yep, I'm going to provide Jake Martin the link. Gum, yeah, you said you wanted to make sure it was going to originally start on the 5th. Well, I actually wanted to do this today. Gum. How was my weekend, Lauren? It was really good. Hayden Jones says, "What's up? This is Matthew Davis Media?" Or just kidding, it's you, Hayden. I know you're just kidding, Hayden. And I provided Jake Martin the link.
Hello.
Hey, Gum. How's it going?
Can't seem to get my camera to work all of a sudden now.
It's okay. I provided Jake Martin the link so he can join as well.
Yeah, and I saw you originally had this up on the 5th, which was Labor Day.
But I decided to push it to today because I realized my brother's going to be working till like 3 o'clock on Monday. He has to open up the store on Monday, which is the holiday. But I decided to do this today because I realized, oh, he's out today.
Oh, I see. And if I somehow can't get my camera to work, I want to show you that. At least we got Pop Ghost Thomas.
Hey.
Yeah. Hey, Jake Martin, welcome to part 3 of the final part of showing the CGI Thomas Home Media Collection.
Yippee!
Yep, when we last left off, I'll just tell you, we left off with the Christmas Engines.
I thought it was Signals Crossed.
The last release of the second to last of 2014. Now we're going to start with the last release of 2014.
Signals Crossed. Of course, I don't have it.
It's really easy to find. It's a universal one, and it doesn't have a slipcover.
Of course it doesn't.
It's the third one to have all season 18, and I'll say this is technically the second to last release to have Martin Sherman as voicing Thomas and Percy, and Carrie Shale as James and Sir Topham Hatt. And I think there's an episode with Diesel voiced by Martin Sherman as well, I think.
I think this is the last time that Thomas and Percy's voice actor voices Diesel. That'll be none other than Martin Sherman.
Well, actually, Diesel appeared on Last Train for Christmas with his voice saying, "It looks like the last train will have to be canceled, Thomas." And Sir Thomas says, "Diesel is right, Thomas." And this one, yeah, can I tell you what my problem with No Steam Without Coal is?
Marion saying, and the exact same way when Bill and Ben try to apologize, to Timothy.
Yeah, but you know what's cool about this release?
That bothered.
Roll call.
Oh, sorry. It doesn't have. Anyways, that Marion saying and the same way, that bothers you, and that kills me.
Seriously, why can't we just think of a different way? Instead of her saying it the same way, saying, what else do you guys have to say to him? I would have liked that better. Seriously, Andrew Brenner, or whoever wrote No Steam Without Coal?
Or Marion.
Yeah?
Anyways, are you talking about the roll call song not at the end?
Yes, it's not at the end of this release. It's only viewed on the bonus features on this DVD. It's one of the 2 CGI releases to not do that. Of the CGI ones, there's 2 model series of the hit era that don't do that either.
It's great to be an engine and Thomas's Sodor celebration.
Even though on PBS Kids airings at the end of those episodes, they do show the engine roll call. But I gotta say, my favorite episodes on this release have to be Thomas the Emergency Cable, Marion in the Pipe, and Duncan and the Grumpy Passenger.
Of course.
Yeah, quite like Signals Crossed, the episode.
Yeah, you have that release, right, Gum?
Yeah, well, let me exit out and try to rejoin, see if that fixes the camera.
Okay, well, you'll just exit out and you'll just rejoin, and me and Jake can keep going. Okay, yeah. Signals Cross, the last release of 2014. Like I said, it's easy to find, Jake Martin. It's a universal release, and it doesn't have a slipcover.
Of course it doesn't.
And the one thing I like is that the engine roll call does not play the boring version of engine roll call. Well, when we get to the next release, unfortunately, we have to get used to it coming back again.
Yeah, or is it? Wait till we get to the next release. Starting off with
Dinos and Discoveries.
Dinos and Discoveries, the first Thomas and Friends video from 2015, and probably the last. This is probably the last time we get to see season 18 episodes, and Martin Sherman voicing Thomas and Percy, and Carrie Shell as James and Sir Topham Hatt. Or is it?
We don't know. Gum says he wants to get in.
Wait until we get to the next release.
But we're going to see them change, but these engines are going to keep their same voices. Well, but this one, I'm going to tell you, Emily Saves the World is one of my favorite episodes. They only reference one past CGI episode in that episode, Emily Saves the World.
Yeah.
Pingy Pongy Pickup.
Pingy Pongy Pickup.
Yeah, and AR says, how are we doing? We're doing great, AR, thanks. And this one, Meet Samson.
Yeah, Samson, that's his name. Yeah, and I also don't have that. Dinos and Discoveries.
I got this with The Adventure Begins, which is going to be next, but I'm going to show these in chronological order.
Yeah, I got mine at Target with Legend of Lost Treasure DVD.
Oh,
same goes to The Adventure Begins. I don't have.
Oh, I got these two from Walmart together because I didn't want to find them individually. I'd rather get that gift set. And also, yeah.
Yes. I was trying to say something. I was trying to say something like, last year, I did try to get The Adventure Begins for Christmas on DVD, but eBay gave me a refund.
They did. That's like they did when they refunded me when I got a new 2DS XL. They refunded my money because I think maybe that one had a crack in it, so I got this one with a better. It was a little bit damaged, but it still works. The new 2DS XL.
Yeah, that happened to me twice.
Last year when eBay gave me a refund, they took it to the wrong city, like Florida.
Well, I heard of Florida. It's a really hot state. But yeah, let's get to my the other episodes I like. You know, this one, another one, the Earl tells off either Steven or Millie. This one he tells off Millie. The other one being the Afternoon Tea Express from Spills and Thrills, where he told off Steven. This one he tells off Millie. The one who has Ladies Whistle, yes.
Yeah, and why did they give her that Ladies Whistle?
I don't know.
I don't count that as a goof. Why can't they share it? Like Duck shared his whistle sound to Gordon in season 4.
Yeah, and also
and Edward for Emily since Calling All Engines.
Yeah,
his season 4 whistle. Anyways, sorry?
Also, Samson sent for scrap. Some people say it's funny, like Samson thinking these things are scrap, but they're not. The postman's bicycle and Sir Topham Hatt's car. And then Tom Hatt gets really pissed at Samson, saying, Samson, you have caused considerable confusion and delay.
Oh, and also about the Thomas way, I forgot to say, I hope you've learned your lesson now.
Yes, sir. We have, sir. Yeah, you know how the rest of the episode goes. But yeah, Dinos and Discovery. I think this has the advertisement for Wooden Railway. Yeah, I should have used it, but unfortunately I never used it when I first got this DVD.
Yeah, mine came with that advertisement, but never used it.
Oh, Flick Lover 2000 wants to join? Sure he may. This is a special, it's Friday.
Hi.
Hey, Flick Lover 2000.
Hi.
We're showing Thomas CGI media releases the final part.
Well.
Oh, yeah. I'm just showing Jake Martin, Dinos and Discoveries, and we're moving on to the next release.
Yeah.
Well, you may.
I might show my collection as well while you show yours.
Yeah, because I'm nearly done with this collection. We're nearly there. Yeah, Downs of Discoveries recommend.
So if you want, you can change the stream title to Your Thomas CGI Home Media Collection plus my
here's the second
as well.
Anyways, here's the second one. The adventure begins.
What's your mind? But my camera's not working.
Oh, it's not Gum?
Yeah, I was showing that to him.
I don't know how I can change the title Flick Love of 2000, but I think just make it going.
All right.
I mean, you're still welcome to stay if you like.
Yeah, I'm going to stay, definitely.
Okay. And Jake Barn, yes, you said Adventure Begins, the second release of 2015, but it's the first time Thomas and James and Sir Tom had switched voices.
Joseph May as Thomas, Keith Wickham as the Fat Controller, and Rob Rackstraw as James.
But the other three keep their same voices, Henry, Edward, and Gordon.
Carrie Shell voicing Henry and Gordon, and William Hope as Edward.
Yeah, this one just retells the first 7 episodes of Season 1, or aka the first stories from the Railway series books, 3 railway engines, and Thomas the Tank Engine. But they do have some new characters in this movie. Yeah, and but they do have some new characters. The breakdown train named Judy and Jerome, and a coffee pot named Glynn. Get this, guess star Lois Bisector.
Interesting out. Apparently, James's original coat of paint was black instead of red.
Yes, they incorporate that, but in the original mall version, they didn't do that because they didn't have enough. They didn't have enough money to get some paint and paint it black. But this one they did.
Yeah, and they have this 5 on this one when I don't think he did in the original.
And also, I know,
Henry, for some reason, has his new shape, but he's supposed to be in the old shape.
Yeah.
Yes, but they couldn't make a full. They couldn't make a full CGI old shape Henry. Bless you, Flicka.
Thanks.
No problem.
I just felt the sneeze coming on. That's why.
Anyways, and Dowager Hat is seen,
but she doesn't appear until Gordon and the Gremlin from season 5.
And the Tidmouth Sheds has 7 births instead of 6.
Gordon and the Gremlin is of course the episode where Gordon has a pretty interesting line. He's like, "Thomas is just a lazy little engine. Sir Topham Hatt is expecting me to arrive on time. We're late because of Thomas."
Yeah, here's some props on this guy that the adventure begins, Jake Martin. Clothing and beds. And I remember Thomas Cakes as a kid. Do you remember Thomas Cakes when you were a little more?
So do
I think I once had one.
I had a bike. I never had Thomas bikes, but I did have a bike, but I never rode it as a kid.
Yeah.
Thomas playing
opening the Thomas suitcase.
Oh, that's cool, Gum. Yeah,
I don't know what happens with that.
Good to grow Jews and Pampers. I don't need those guys. Because we're never going to have kids ever.
Yeah, just like, well, this is like I said, I'm like one of my uncles. He didn't get married when I was a kid. He never had a wife when I was a kid. But for some reason now he does have a wife, but he has 5 grown-up kids. Well, I could probably do the same thing as him, but who knows? But yeah, Adventure Begins, and they do remake Really Splendid and Troublesome Trucks, but just sung by Robert Hartshorn and the Singapore Kids Choir.
And yes, I guess they filmed it in CGI in 2015, which is why the Dowager had a scene. Tidmouth Sheds has 7 births.
And Henry is still in the new shape, but he's not supposed to be in that shape yet.
But they couldn't make an old shape Henry in full CGI.
Just like in the flashback of Come Out Henry and Blue Mountain Mystery.
Of course. Oh, and also, there's one episode missing from season 18. That's in the bonus feature. Old Reliable Edward.
Well, actually, we have 2 missing season 18 episodes, which when we get to that release eventually. But this one we have Old Reliable Edward. I like that episode. I will say I like that episode.
Yeah, I do too.
And that Sir Topham Hatt on the back, that's the same from Hero of the Rails.
But he's just next to Thomas on the tracks being painted.
And
here's an interesting fact for you.
I think this marks the first Thomas and Friends DVD to, not only we have Thomas James and Sir Topham Hatt voiced by their new voice actors, but if we watch Old Reliable Edward, we go back to their old ones, like Martin Sherman voices Thomas and Percy, and Carrie Shell as James. But no Sir Topham Hatt.
No, just James, Thomas, and Percy.
Well, here's an interesting fact.
Yeah?
Did you know that the video collection actually released video releases of Sesame Street and Thomas and Friends in the early 1990s?
Yeah. Yeah, I know that.
According to a trailer that I've seen.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, you can continue.
Okay, Adventure Begins. I recommend this special if you want to see the right way. James being painted black, and also Thomas was originally turquoise instead of being blue in number 1,
or probably green.
Just
yeah,
like,
and he was.
He has like letters and the number 70.
Black.
And yeah, like he says it's 70 because this film was released to commemorate the 70th anniversary of the franchise in 2015, and 2 years ago was the 75th anniversary.
And he has letters on his boiler, which I don't know what the letters are.
But
it's LBSC, which stands for London Brighton South Coast.
But of course, this era of Thomas and Friends is no more. Now they replaced it with a crappy All Engines Go, which looks nothing like.
Yeah, and here's the first episodic release with Joseph May as Thomas, and this one has Christopher Ragland as Percy, and Rob Rexstraw as James, and Keith Wickham as Sir Topham Hatt.
And what about Carrie Shell as Diesel, the same person who voiced Henry
Diesel's
Gordon?
Diesel's not in this release.
Yeah, it's not the next release.
Till we get to the next release. Anyways, I have this DVD.
Yes,
so do I.
Too.
I didn't like how it was pink on my slipcover. You know when I got mine first, Jake Martin, it was pink all over the slipcover because I wanted it so bad as a kid. I wanted it so bad.
Well, mine doesn't have the pink filter on Thomas the Toad's face, but if you look at Cranky, he has a pink filter mark on his face. Like, they messed it up.
This one, it was originally a Walmart exclusive. I just bought this new copy off eBay because I didn't like the filter on the pink of the slipcover of Thomas and Toad and Salty. So I just got this simple copy which is on both.
Yes.
Did the paint kind of make you angry moving Game Over 98?
Like when it was pink on their faces?
Yeah.
Well, I wasn't bothered by it, but I was just upset when it got damaged and I had to buy a new copy.
Anyways, yes, got this from eBay. The US copy, I threw away the Australia copy. It's gone now.
Yeah, don't ever buy stuff from the UK or Australia. It takes shipping and it comes from far away. It's a lot of money.
Plus, I don't think international DVDs would work in.
I know, Flicka. I know. It's only able. My DVR is not region free. It was only able to play United States DVDs and Canada.
Yeah, Canada, I wouldn't mind getting a Canadian release of this because it's the same. Because Canada and North America do the same thing.
Yeah.
And also, yes, can I talk about the episode? Boots Jeffrey is one of the funniest. Thomas's Jeffrey voice is hilarious.
I don't care much for the episode, but the Jeffrey voice is hilarious.
Yeah, and also, did you know that in The Truth About Toby, it's kind of like a reference to Thomas and the Rumors? And this and Goodbye Sir Tom had a and when Thomas...
Thomas did what?
Starts the rumor, but I think Salty was the one who should have gotten in trouble because he was the one who started that rumor in the first place, thinking Toby was going to be scrapped, but he was just stuck in the scrapyard.
Yeah.
And Thomas starts spraying it to Gordon, and Gordon does it, and it goes on and on and on, saying they think old Toby's going to be scrapped, but he's not. He was just stuck in the scrap.
Are there any episodes on the DVD where Sir Topham Hatt gets cross?
Well, he was kind of cross with Thomas, yes, because he tried to tell him we all make mistakes when he made that accident at Brendan Box. He should have admitted it instead of making up a big lie about imagining an engine called Jeffrey. And he gets cross at the end of The Truth About Toby, saying whoever spread that rumor caused confusion and delay. He should have told Salty off, not Thomas, because Salty was the one who said Toby's going to be scrapped, but Thomas said that's not going to happen because Toby's far too useful to do that.
It would be like...
Oh, yeah, another funny one is in Lost Property.
I thought of a scene. Salty! Making stories like this could really hurt somebody's feelings because it is a rumor. You will be sent to the engine shed for a week for this behavior.
Well, in reality, he sleeps at the Diesel Works at night when he has. Does he sleep at Brendan Docks? I don't know.
He sleeps at Brendan Docks. If you look at a shed for Edward, he sleeps there.
Yeah, and also people don't like Henry spots trouble because if Henry thinks these engines have his friends have chicken pox when those are just accidents. And yes, Connor did not apply his brakes.
And
Exactly. And Henry
get chicken pox. That only applies to humans.
Yeah, it's like people who are children sometimes
they get recovered quickly.
But I'm glad they didn't make a COVID-related Thomas episode either. So
yeah, but of course, like why couldn't Connor just applied his brakes and he could have just said sorry, Gordon, when he realized there was pain on the line? He just applied his brakes and just rushing through like that.
Yeah, so that Henry with his Carrie Shell voice doesn't have to do like this. Chicken pox!
Then Gordon says, Henry, what on earth is the matter with you? But yeah, Whale of a Tale, I still recommend this release, kind of. Toad and the Whale is also a very good episode.
And also, if you watch the UK dub, Keith Wickham doesn't do familiar to Carrie Shell. He did it like this.
Yeah,
Actually,
let's go to the next release.
Yeah.
Anyways, here's
one we bring back Michael Brandon, but this is the last DVD we get to see him on.
I actually ordered that off Amazon yesterday. And it's coming.
Anyways, here's Wild Water Rescue with one episode from season 19, and sure enough, Diesel, voiced by Carrie Shell, appears, and 5 missing episodes from season 16.
How did you find out
with Michael Brandon's narration?
What is it, Flicka?
How did you find out that Michael Brandon returned being the narrator for this DVD?
Well, he's credited in the intro on this DVD, despite
with Mark Morgan.
But Mark Morgan still does the introduction speech to the island of Sodor, and
yeah, Thomas welcomes to the viewers. Welcome to the island of Sodor, especially on this one because I guess they had to use it for the next release. Anyways, I have it, by the way. Got it for Christmas last year.
I got this from a Target store. Like I said, this is also easy to find, Flick Love 2000, because it's just a simple copy, no slipcover, and it's by Universal.
Yeah, it was a Target exclusive when it first came out.
And yes, this is the last time we get to see season 16, and Michael Brandon narrating.
And the Nitrogen era.
Yeah, the Nitrogen era animation, and Michael Brandon narrating and voicing Diesel. And this is also the second Thomas and Friends DVD to not only we have Thomas, Percy, Diesel, and Sir Topham Hatt voiced by their new voice actors, but then we go back to their older ones.
Yeah, and also, can I tell you, some of these episodes I like, well, it's going to be hard to explain because it's from 2 different CGI eras, but Wild Water Rescue I do kind of enjoy in a while. Boss My Buffer is kind of the funniest one where Gordon, that's the first time an engine loses his or her buffer, that'd be Gordon.
Anyways, Wild Water Rescue, second and final Thomas and Friends DVD showing 2 different CGI eras. Even though we have different voice actors, like we know Carrie Shell is Sir Topham Hatt.
But we'll get to a release that's at the end of the 2015 releases, but they're from the same CGI era, but with 2 different voices for Thomas, Percy, and Sir Topham Hatt.
And probably James. Yeah, and James.
Yeah.
And yes,
also,
yes.
And also, did you know that the Determination song on this release, it's the model version.
With scenes, including scenes from calling all engines.
Yeah, and also,
I guess it's the last time we get to see the model series, since, of course, it has that.
Yeah, this is also when we see model stuff, because on the Thomas Way, we saw a picture of the model duck in the Thomas Way. Also, yes, and also, I want to tell you, Boss My Buffers, it reminds me, why did Den and Dart say to Gordon, you need fixing? But they said in Old Wheezy Wobbles, they don't do that. They don't fix steamies. Kind of, yes, on the DVD of that Dragon Tales release, I still don't have yet, but I'll do it by the end of this month. I'll probably get it.
Whenever I'm afraid.
2004 DVD, which has Cowboy Max.
And
of course, the same year I was born.
And it apparently uses the Columbia TriStar Television logo's audio and the Sony Pictures Television logo on the DVD.
What is your problem with Cowboy Max?
You may as well kind of just say. I may as well just say it anyway, even though I don't have the DVDs. I still have not.
You can say it once the Thomas collection is all wrapped up.
Okay, Okay, now I'll say Percy and the Calliope is my favorite episode on this release. Because you know how Percy thinks this Calliope can still be used again? That's how you can still make it work again despite it's really old. He can find a way to get it restored. He leashed steam from his
cylinder.
And it worked. Like this one Percy says he determines never to give up. Some of his ideas don't work, but suddenly his final idea worked when he thinks leashing steam from his cylinder made the Calliope work.
Yeah.
And that was All's Well That Ends Well, and I just love Percy and the Calliope. That's one of my favorite season 16 episodes. Season 15 is James to the Rescue, and 17 is The Thomas Way. But yeah, Wild Water Rescue, definitely recommend this release. But oh boy, we're getting to the big one, guys.
Oh, here it is.
3, 2, 1.
Sodor's Legend of the Lost Treasure. I got it for my birthday. And yes, this is the second and final Thomas and Friends movie from 2015. And yes, there is some 3 parts that we do despise. The Fat Controller being a selfish psycho, a jerk to Thomas.
Especially in this last part when he's like, Thomas the
I know. Blanca, I know. First, after Thomas derailed Gordon's express coaches, which I could have sworn he should have picked up Rocky and pushed him rather than pulling him. And then the second part when he falls in the cavern, which
Thomas doesn't even listen to Thomas because he found a pirate ship.
And then on the third and final part, which made you furious and almost made you cry at the same time when you grew furious, when he yells out Thomas's full name and sends him to his shed for the rest of the afternoon after Thomas rescues Ryan and everyone from the dynamite, even though Jack, Alfie, Excavator, Oliver, and Marion cheered for Thomas.
You would think after all the years they've had together, they would trust each other more.
Seriously, Sir Topham Hatt, sir, you selfish psycho jerk off. Listen to your number 1 engine and let him finish his sentences. He wasn't trying to tell a lie or make excuses.
Yes, and of course when Thomas does not warn Ryan about the bad coal, kind of like from the Dragon Tales episode.
My MER bus, which I could have sweared if I wrote these 2 guys, that would be better if Emmy should have warned Max about the scale to Dragonland and Thomas to Ryan about the bad coal.
Or maybe the workmen could have just labeled the hoppers.
You know what else could have been improved? Is if we could have had Sir Topham Hatt's mother
Dowager Hat.
Sir Topham Hatt for treating the engines unfairly. It's like Sir Topham Hatt, get here right now.
Well, yes, Flicka, I know in Dowager Hat's busy day, Dowager Hat did scold Sir Topham Hatt like, Topham! I thought I told you not to come to work today, but I have a railway to run, Mother. Not with a stinking cold like that, you don't!
But can I tell you guys some things I do like about the film, despite all those parts with Sir Topham Hatt yelling at Thomas because none of this one is fault? I do like the part that these characters, Rex, Mike, and Bert, make an appearance in a movie or an episode since season 4 of the classic series.
Which episode was that?
Well, yes, they did make merchandise early of the miniature engines, but we finally get to see them in the television series.
Yeah, and also the voice actors for Ryan, Sailor John, and Skiff are awesome.
Rest in peace to John Hurt.
But Jamie Bow and someone as Skiff, and Eddie Redmayne are still alive to this day. And at least the other Steam team members, yes, despite Thomas did cause that accident, but he didn't want it to happen. Emily comes back, and Toby comes back.
Even Donald, Douglas, Daisy.
Even engines 1 through 11 appear. That is a miracle. And Jack in the Pack, Alfie, Oliver the Excavator, as I like to call him Oscar. Not to use it, Oscar the Grouch from Sesame Street. And Max and Don.
Biplane from JG the Jet Plane. Don't forget that.
Yeah.
I feel like they added Oliver from Jack in the Pack here just for like a joke for Marion to last throughout most of the movie.
Well, yes. Jack makes a comeback in King of the Railway.
But this one, the other ones come back. Alfie, Oliver, the Excavator, or just call him Oscar. And Max and Monty come back.
Yeah.
And the songs are great too. This is the first time one of the characters sings the songs, but this is the last time in a movie the humans sing a song.
That will be none other than Never Overlook a Little Engine.
And we make a team together. And also, yeah, the chase in this movie is even more epic than the Magic Railroad chase. Even when Sailor John says, "Oh, you little engines," and then Thomas says, "Ever overlook a little engine?" And they say, "That's right, Thomas. Go get him."
And yes, if you watch the UK dub, Keith Wickham voices Percy for the last time.
Oh, yeah, I noticed that. But yeah, Sora's Legend of the Lost Treasure, yes, I still recommend it if you can still get over those parts with Sir Tom had harshing on Thomas, which he shouldn't have done, because it reminds me of something else.
And
well, yes, you shouldn't be crying because you despise crying, but I guess you couldn't help it. But I'm not going to be able to get over Sir Topham Hatt raging on Thomas because it's going to do similar to me. Like,
you know what that scene kind of reminds me of? It kind of reminds me of a scene at the end of an Ernie and Bert sketch where Bert was like, "Of course it was me. I have been laying out there knocking with my knuckles getting sore. What are you doing, Ernie?"
And also, yes, can I tell you this, Jake Barn? Me and Flicka did the part from Good Neighbors of SpongeBob when Squidward yells out, "Stop calling me president."
Oh, I have that.
I remember that episode.
I have that episode. Well, first, on two DVDs, the complete 4th season, and this, Where's Gary? Which, yes, I do have it before I left for my vacation, along with SpongeBob Goes Prehistoric. I think I already showed that already, but I also have it. But Home Sweet Pineapple, I did not show it.
Yeah.
Oh,
and Home Sweet Pineapple was the...
A couple of other scenes with Squidward, like the 2 faces of Squidward from season 5 when he says, "I don't care," and the season 7 episode, A Day Without Tears, when he shouts, "Krabby Patty, nothing."
I have the 2 faces of Squidward on the complete 5th season, and A Day Without Tears, probably in
season 7.
Excuse me. Yeah, the complete 7th season, and Heroes of Bikini Bottom. And can I just say these 2 guys have this episode from season 3, The Great Snail Race, because I guess Gary appears.
Well, that's true, yes. But yeah, Lost Treasure, like I said, I still say recommend this release.
Yeah, have it on Blu-ray.
I don't give it a perfect 10 out of 10. It's close to 10 out of 10 for me. Because of the parts of harshing at Thomas, I give it close to 10 out of 10. Just below 10. Because the other parts, I will imagine, were funny. What kind of good, yeah?
I'd probably rate it a 7.5 out of 10.
Yes, I do have Whatever Happened to SpongeBob on the complete 5th season, which I really don't like that episode because of Gary, Patrick, Squidward, Sandy, and Mr. Krabs calling SpongeBob idiot boy.
And Squidward actually laughs at him and is like, "If I'd known that was the last time I'd seen SpongeBob, I would have slammed the door in his face even harder." Squidward doesn't care.
Thomas's Christmas Carol.
Next one. I don't have it, but I will.
Yeah,
mine doesn't have the slipcover.
And what's
mine does
is that Whatever Happened to SpongeBob aired during the middle of season 6. Even though it's a season 5 episode, it aired during the middle of season 6 because it aired in 2008.
Yeah, and also, yeah, guys, as he says to me, didn't I mention Split Love 2000 is about fan-made U.S. versions of Thomas Penn's complete season sets? We'll probably do it after this collection's done. But yeah, Thomas Christmas Carol, this one, it says it has 4 episodes because one of the episodes is split into 2 parts, but it's merged into a 17-minute episode, Diesel's Ghostly Christmas.
Just like Dragon Tail say Ola to Enrique with To Fly with a New Friend.
Yes, and this is the first one where Thomas goes over 9 minutes, or 8 minutes, I should say. But yeah, and also, yes, this one references to No More Mr. Nice Engine from season 17, plus it does the recreation of Diesel Does It Again from season 3. But I like how the mall version, they still recreate it, but use the mall version of Diesel Does It Again from season 3.
I can imagine what it would be like if they made a model version of Percy Takes the Plunge.
Well, Well, they have the mall version of Percy. Well,
It
you know,
CGI version of Percy Takes the Plunge.
In Chocolates on Trucks in season 23, which I don't care for that era.
Yeah, they recreated it now.
They also did Troll for Thomas and James in a Mess, I think.
Yeah.
But yeah, and also like in the Who's That Engine where he does Emily, Edward, and James, Sir Tom Hatt has both his Carrie Shell and his Keith Wickham. Despite all these episodes have Keith Wickham as the voice of Sir Tom Hatt.
That's kind of an error if you know what I mean.
Or strange if you ask me.
And also this is the first one where they don't do Perkins segments in between the episodes. Well, either where he reads the Railway series or sends a postcard. They just use landmarks of Sodor for some reason.
I heard that Benjamin Small does some voices in Thomas and Friends CGI era. And you know what he also voiced before he worked on the Thomas CGI era?
What?
He actually voiced T-Bone in the UK version of Clifford the Big Red Dog.
Yeah, I noticed that too. And but also, did you know that
show was great.
Did you know at a Cranky Christmas, Thomas Cranky was too scared to say where the crate was, and he kept hiding it. But then he realized he dropped it. Got startled by the ship's noise. I don't know why Cranky didn't get startled by that.
It's probably my favorite episode on this release.
Anyway,
Cranky Christmas is gum.
Yeah.
Anyways, Whale of a Tale was the first Thomas and Friends DVD to show season 19 episodes. Wild Water Rescue, which only has one, because 5 from season 16. But this one, Thomas's Christmas Carol, was the second one.
To use all season 19, despite this is only 4 episodes, but one is split into 2 parts, it could technically round off to 5, maybe.
And for some reason, Whale of the Tale uses the season 13 to 18 intro.
I know that.
Well, we did it already, Flick Love 2000.
I already mentioned that.
This is a cool release. This is easy to find as well. But yeah, let's get to the next one where we're gonna show different voices for Thomas and Percy, but they're gonna be from the same same CGI era.
Tales on the Rails, of course. I got it for my birthday, and yes, there's 3 episodes from season 19 that will be very important. Sheep, Salty,
and Dart.
Yeah, and the last 2 from season 18. Duck and the Slip Coaches and Missing Gator.
Where that, in the era of Duck and the Slip Coaches, yes, Edward has Thomas's whistle.
Yes, of course, Duck and the Slip Coaches. And, yes.
But actually, Duck and the Slip Coaches is my favorite of season 18, despite that era with Edward blowing Thomas's whistle. Yes. It's my favorite because Duck makes a comeback saying, we used to use these kinds of coaches on the Great Western Railway called slip coaches. Even though the slip coaches for some reason appear on Last Stream for Christmas on the Christmas engines.
Strange if you ask me.
Are there any CGI era ones?
I guess.
Any episodes from season 20?
We're not there yet, but we're at season 19. This was the last one to have season 18 on DVD. And yes, this is the last DVD to have episodes with Martin T. Sherman as the voice of Thomas and Percy, and Carrie Shell as James.
The Fat Controller and James. Even though on the season 19 episodes, Thomas was Joseph May, Christopher Ragland, Percy, Rob Rackstraw as James, and Sir Topham Hatt, Keith Wickham.
Yeah. Also, Salty All at Sea. I'm going to say I have 2 favorite episodes on this release. Salty All at Sea from season 19 and Duck and the Slip Coaches from season 18. Because Salty says he's never been on the sea before, but he says he liked being by the sea since Salty's Secret in season 6.
Yeah.
And also
episode.
Yeah, and also not only is this, it has different voices for Thomas and Percy, but they're both from the same CGI era, but they're all Mark Morgan.
Yes, I know, because previously on Wild Water Rescue, of course, 5 season 16 episodes with Michael Brandon's narration, and what else? Oh yes, this is the final Thomas and Friends DVD from 2015, and this is the last Thomas and Friends video to not only we have the 3 characters voiced by their new voice actors, the 3 season 19 episodes, but then we go back to their older ones, the last 2 from season 18.
Yeah.
Even though everything's narrated by Mark Morgan.
And I think the Hit Entertainment logo is low pitched on this DVD.
Yeah, I think starting from King of the Railway, they did the low-pitched version of the Hit Entertainment logo, because the Lionsgate logo was actually, I actually made that mistake, Blake Love 2000, like, that starting with DVDs that were produced by Universal, the ones with the newer Lionsgate opening logo actually does that too. Starting with King of the Railway.
Is one of them.
Starting with King of the Railway, they start doing the lower-pitched version of the Hit Entertainment logo bouncing around.
Does it happen at the end of those DVDs as well, besides the beginning? Because it did in my Universal release of James Learns a Lesson from 2015.
No, I think they just used the normal version. Like at the end of The Adventure Begins, they just basically it plays the normal music after the logos and the closing logos to The Adventure Begins. They just use the standard normal pitch. But yeah, Tales on the Rails, definitely recommend it.
Yeah, but what do you think of the pitch quality from that release?
It looked okay, but yeah, let's get to the first release of 2016.
Yeah.
Start your engines!
Start your engines! As I say as Sheriff's line from Cars.
Yeah.
On the Philip, whether you like them or you hate them. But yeah, like I said.
Any more episodes from season 19?
And this has Philip in it, whether you like him or you hate him.
I think he's okay.
I find him okay, but I think in the season before Blubba, he was annoying.
And I think this is also the first DVD where all of the episodes have the new actors.
Yes, this is the first one to have the third one to have all season 19, because Wild Water Rescue and the other last one, the previous one I showed you, and the one
on the Rails.
Yeah, that one has episodes from a different season. Well, but this one has all season 19, and this one introduces Philip. And can I say this one has the funniest one in Reds vs. Blues when Percy breaks the fourth wall, saying, and there was trouble.
And I think this is also the only time where Sir Topham Hatt is crossed with both Thomas and James.
We all know that.
And he red cards them.
Actually, he yellow cards them. Because he said if it happens again, you will be put on the red card.
God, it reminds me of elementary school, like our behavior in the cafeteria. Like if we're not behaving well,
it reminds me of one of those red card announcement videos that I've been watching on YouTube, where a YouTuber gets red carded for something they did wrong.
Yeah, for my cafeteria, they had like thumbs up for green, yellow for thumbs sideways, and a red for thumbs down.
Yeah, basically, like the red means it's in the bad portion, and yellow is the medium, and green is the good.
And you know what they said? Like if you got a red card on someone's channel, you're not allowed back on that channel.
Oh yeah, and also can I tell you, the Best Engine Ever also merchandised Streamlined Emily into a wooden railway toy. But some people say they don't like that toy, Streamlined Emily, because it's only shown for like 5 seconds.
Yeah, never seen it in person, but I've seen videos of it.
Okay. I know Keeker24, aka Thomas Wooden Railway, has unboxed it in a massive unboxing video. He says it's like just a reskin of Connor and Kaylin, because they just showed this character for like a few seconds. But we get to this one where we're going to see a character get converted into Streamline, and it's a movie, because they didn't release anything new in summer of 2016 after this came out, because they were promoting something else. But yeah, start your engines. I say give it a try. And also, Slow Steven proved he was a hero despite he was really slow and he tried to save Gordon. We saw the Soar suspension bridge collapsing again.
First calling all engines, and now
this episode.
In this episode.
Steven.
Well, it didn't collapse fully in this episode. It only broke just a tiny bit. It fell apart just a little bit. But unlike in Storm and Calling All Engines, it fell down completely.
The hurricane, of course.
But this one, it was making clunky noises, and then it started to fall apart a little bit, and then Steven makes the funny quote, "Come on, Gordon. Rockets coming through."
Yeah, at the end of the episode.
Gordon was pleased that Steven saved him. Yeah, and start your engines. Definitely recommend this release. But I know you probably haven't, right, Gum?
Yeah, I do. I got it at Half Price Books earlier this year.
But no slipcover on yours. No slipcover on yours, Gum. No, that's a shame. But yeah, we're gonna get the movie.
I don't have start your engines, but hopefully I'll get it either this year or next, along with a SpongeBob DVD from 2015, The Adventures of SpongeBob SquarePants. Anyways, next up is
The
The
Great
Great Race.
We got that
Race.
on Blu-ray, and
Yeah.
now we own all Thomas Blu-rays.
Yeah, this one.
This might possibly be the first DVD to have season 20 episodes.
No, it doesn't have episodes. It's just a movie.
Oh.
No.
it's just a film.
And yes, I got it for my birthday, along with some other ones.
Yeah, and like I said, I could have just bought this from Blu-ray from Walmart back when I got the Force Awakens Blu-ray, but just used their DVD disc until I had a Blu-ray player. But I know, for some reason, I got the DVD version only back in 2016, and I got this with Star Wars: The Force Awakens, and I got them DVD only. But I could have just gotten their Blu-ray counterparts. I said, I can just use the DVD until I have a Blu-ray player.
Yeah, got the DVD back at Toys R Us, and I did a vlog picking it up.
Yeah, and also yes, there's this one part that bothers me in this movie.
Well, there is one. There are some parts that you despised. Annie and Clarabelle lying. Annie, Clarabelle, you coaches are liars. You are Thomas's coaches, because you said at the end of the movie, the adventure begins. We're Thomas's coaches now, James.
That's right, and he's got his very own branch line too. But yeah, for some reason, yes, they lie. Kind of like when I yelled the phrase from Episode 3 of Revenge of the Sith of Star Wars.
Anakin yelling, "Liar!
You're with him. You sent him here to kill me." And then he chokes Padme.
I think he yelled at Padme instead of Obi-Wan.
That kind of reminds me of one scene in the season 4 episode of SpongeBob where Squidward makes a lie about the mattress. He's like, it's SpongeBob's fault. Giving Mr. Krabs the mattress was his idea. And then the police officer is like, oh, really? It says this was all my idea. Love Squidward.
Well, I have the world's mattress episode.
Going to jail.
On Where's Gary in the complete 4th season on DVD.
Yeah, but also, something cool? Gordon's brother, the Flying Scotsman, appears with a full face. Because he's cameo in Tender Engines.
Tenders and Tender Engines in season 3.
Because I guess they didn't have enough money to put the whole model, so they ran out of. Well, I guess Burt Allcroft and David Mitt didn't have any money.
Yeah, they don't have the chance, no money. And yes, there's another part that almost made you cry. Ah, man, I poked myself in the eye. I gotta watch what I'm doing.
You okay? You all right?
Yeah, my finger touched my eye and poked me. Anyways, there is a second part that almost made you cry when Thomas was unable to go to a place at the mainland, the Great Railway
Show. And yes, when Philip just cheers on. Yeah, but I like Thomas the Special Letter better.
Kind of reminds you of season 4 from the classic series, the model series. Thomas and the Special Letter. But
where that one Thomas was still able to go in that episode.
But luckily for this one, for some reason he was able to go because Victor gave him
still damaged. Despite he was still damaged, he lost a buffer.
Yeah, I know. Well, yeah,
and they didn't even show the crash when he lost it.
Victor gave Thomas orders to take the valve to Gordon
because Gordon would not freaking hold still.
Yeah, I wish Gordon could have actually waited and.
Just
you guys think Gordon could have won normally if he wasn't streamlined?
Called No Joke for James, where James orders Thomas to give the coaches to Gordon.
Well, he makes up a lie saying, "What about the cars?" Yeah, I'm good with George Carlin season 3 voice. It's still his same. What about the cars? Asked, and he says, give them to Gordon." And then Thomas's driver says, "Come on, Thomas. Orders are orders."
Of course, there's a scene where Sir Topham Hatt is like, "Some jokes are funny, but not this one."
Not this one, James. You have caused
confusion. Yes, sir. I am, sir.
You will now stay in the shed until you are wanted.
And I like how George Carlin does a pretty expressive tone when he says James felt sad.
Yeah, and also, can I tell you this, Jake Martin? I also like the part when Vinny chases Philip, and Thomas and Ashima rescue him.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and people do not like Vinny. Like one of my friends, she put up a video saying people's reaction to Vinny. They use swear words, but she doesn't. But it's just them reacting to Vinny saying he's just a meanie in this movie, but because he's just grumpy and never nice. Because he's based off an American engine.
Yeah, right. And yes,
and also streamlined.
Yeah, but a question about that. Do you think Gordon would have won the race
sorry
if
about
he
that.
wasn't streamlined?
Sorry about that.
Yeah, do you think Gordon could have won the race if he wasn't streamlined?
No, he was, and then he started the race and he didn't want to wait for his valve to be put back on. And he just ran off, and Thomas told him to stop. He didn't have the valve put on because that was his fault in the first place. He didn't hold still while waiting to get the valve put on.
Did Sir Topham Hackett cross with Gordon?
When confused coaches, he and Spencer were racing pretty fast, and
I don't think that happened.
No.
And yes,
this one, Sir Thomas said Thomas's full name, but he did not yell it out. Thank goodness.
Yes. And finally, he had listened to Thomas and let him finish his sentences. Like, finally, Fat Controller, sir. Thank you for listening to Thomas and letting him finish his sentences.
But yeah, like this, and I know how the sentence goes, Jake Martin. When Sir Thomas did say Thomas's full name, but he didn't yell it out. I was surprised to see you coming here. I only came here to bring Gordon his valve, sir, but I was too late. And then Percy asked if I could race in his place. You mean you were just trying to be you? And then Thomas is jealous of another engine. This is the first movie since the Great Discovery in CGI. He gets jealous of this engine. He has to get over it. He did it to Stanley in the Great Discovery.
Then Ashima.
Yeah, but Great Race. I think, and also get this: every character sings every song in this movie. Not unlike humans are singing.
Right, because would you want you take me to the Great Railway Show?
No more humans singing. Instead,
yeah, there's a DVD we get to that goes back to having humans singing a song. But yeah, what's your favorite song from this movie, Jake Martin? Would it be "You Can Only Be You" or "I'm Full of Surprises"?
I don't know if it's my favorite song or not. Anyways, like I said, I got it for my birthday, along with some others. Anyways, I got this one. This is an Elmo shirt.
Shirt.
Yep.
I'm glad you picked his shirt.
And
yeah.
Wow.
And I also got this one.
Oh, an Elmo.
I'd rather have normal plushies where they're soft and I have to let them talk to me. Because that means bother me while I'm sleeping in the middle of the night.
It's love to hug Elmo. In case I get
That's
mad.
cute.
They also made a Cookie Monster version.
Hold on just a minute. Hold on just a minute.
What's up? What's wrong, Jake?
Yeah, he had something to do.
Well, yeah. Well, mind if we keep going, guys?
Sure, but if I had to choose a favorite song from The Great Race, it would probably be "You Can Only Be You."
Yeah. We're basically...
Yeah.
Ashima tells Thomas to only be himself.
Yeah. Did recently get the Blu-ray for Great Race, and now we have all of them with a slipcover.
Yeah.
And
I believe this is the second to last Thomas film, the last one being Journey on Sodor.
well,
This is
technically,
the last one to be made by Arc Productions. The
well,
last one to be made by Arc Productions before they went bankrupt.
Yeah, technically it's also third to last, but that depends if you want to count Big World, Big Adventures.
The movie itself. But yeah, that was Great Race. Now onto this one, Tinsel on the Tracks, which I know you don't have that either, Gum. Or
Yeah,
if
but
you have it,
yeah, but I actually have a story about that because I recently
Anyways,
purchased a couple of.
I'm back.
TVs off
I'm back.
Amazon,
Sorry
and
about that.
This is one
we were
of
just
them.
finishing up the Great Race, and now we're on to Tinsel on the Tracks, Jake Martin.
I don't have it either.
Yeah, I remember I told you the story of how I tried to get it from the store, but my brother wouldn't stop fighting with me in the store, and I wanted this so bad. And he said when he bought it from the store, it was his, but it's mine because I wanted the release.
Yeah.
Silly
Ordered
brother.
that off Amazon last night, and it should be coming soon, along with a couple other Thomas
Anyways.
DVDs that I don't own
It
yet.
kind of reminded me of like whenever I saw this Elmo's World DVD at a music class back in like 2005, back when this came out, and my grandma says, "I'm sorry, but you can't really take it home with you," even though I really wanted this.
Yeah, like I said, Jake Martin. Yes, I tried to get this from the store back in 2016, but my brother would not stop fighting with me in the store, saying, "Please don't get this." And I said, "Oh, I want this release. It's got new episodes, baby."
What new episodes? What?
It has season 20 episodes.
Introducing season 20. Anyways, sorry about that. Anyways, I did show you the Love to Hug Elmo doll, and anyways, that was.
They also made a Cookie Monster version of this plush too.
Anyways,
Yeah.
That was my grandmother. She couldn't find. She was on Facebook, and yeah, my grandmother. She needed me because she was on Facebook and she couldn't get off the news.
Oh no, she was on Facebook, but on the news.
Even though she could see her phone, but man, she needs to have her glasses on because is she like blind or something?
I don't know, but it was again, like I said, the story, Jake Martin, of how I was trying to get this DVD, but my brother would not stop fighting with me at Walmart. But I wanted it so bad.
I understand that.
Reprimanded by your parents because of this moving Game Over 98?
Just my dad, because I did not have my mom. Remember, my mom passed away in.
So what did
yeah,
he say?
I know.
Your mom passed away.
Mother, all right.
Yes, she passed away in 2013.
About this?
2013.
He said,
"Oh, sorry."
I still have my mother.
Keep it. He still let me keep it.
Anyways, I still have my mother. All right, but I know you don't.
I know. Yes, Bowsy. Yes, I pinned on the tracks, but luckily I still have it. But I'll tell you, one of the cool things, Letters to Santa, it references to Percy Proves a Point in season 2.
Yeah, and Creed CGI
Percy's still
of that episode of the vase.
Carol tries to chase after Percy, but Percy doesn't.
Hold on, just one more minute.
And Percy Gum.
Yeah, like what I'm saying is that it has like CGI version of Percy Proves a Point with like the vase.
But yeah, I wish they could have used the original version, because like in the model version, Percy arrives at the harbor, not the docks. Well, I guess they couldn't render the model versions because this is, you know what. And also, this one, Daisy pulls Annie and Clarabelle in the rail car and the coaches, and Annie and Clarabelle. This is the first time they get in trouble, Annie and Clarabelle.
Yeah.
And like they say that they learn that 2 wrongs don't make a right. Can I tell you that I got a taste out of that every time I watch that episode?
I've not seen that episode in a long time, but I'll rewatch it as soon as the DVD comes in from Amazon, which I purchased yesterday.
That kind of reminds me of a scene in the VeggieTales DVD where Huckleberry Larry says to Tomato Sawyer, "Sometimes not helping is the same as hurting."
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see why with that.
Sorry, I'm back. That was my grandmother again.
What was she calling you for this time?
I don't know.
Probably a friend requesting on Facebook, even though I don't do Facebook.
The same here.
But yeah, I was telling them, Big Martin, about Railcar and the coaches. Daisy pulls Annie and Clarabelle in that episode, and Annie and Clarabelle get in trouble. That's what they really should have gotten, to learn that 2 wrongs don't make a right, and I got a taste out of that. And like, Glenn comes back.
Eddie,
yeah.
Glenn?
Yeah, Glenn comes back in this release.
Glenn?
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, if you watch the UK dub of this one, Keith Wickham voices James for the last time, even season 20.
Yeah. And also the Glenn episodes I like too. I think Over the Hill is one of my favorites, because this one they reference to the Christmas coffee pot, and Glenn and Steven race at the same speed, and they slow down the older engines. And Steven calls Gordon Young Gordon, just because Steven's based off the very first steam engine.
Yeah, that part's pretty hilarious.
Anyways, what is that?
And you know how Steven calls Gordon Young Gordon, Jake Martin, because he's based off the very first steam engine called Stephenson's Rocket.
Anyways,
what's your thing?
Is there an episode where Jeremy makes a cameo?
Yes, Letters to Santa, but I think they just recommend his model to say it's based off his Trackmaster model, because I guess they couldn't render him in full CGI.
Oh yes.
Must have not noticed before.
Even though starting on Hero of the Rails, they stopped doing models. Darn Andrew Brenner, can't you make a full CGI old shape Henry and Jeremy instead of using models? Because it's now expensive.
Way with Duck.
Yeah, and also, yes, Love Me Tender is the first CGI episode with full CGI with Donald and Douglas. Their actors with Scottish accents are awesome.
Yeah, but doesn't beat the George Carlin one, but it's a close second.
Carlin does a great job doing Scottish accents in episodes with Donald and Douglas in the Models series.
Yeah, particularly how in their introduction.
And even double teething troubles. Alec Baldwin did the same thing, but he was higher pitched. I think that would be. That's my line of cars. It's not. It's mine. Yours is over there. It's mine. It's not. It's mine. It's not. Oh, that's for Bill and Ben.
Yeah, and also
I can imagine what it'd be like if Michael Brandon did a voice for Bill and Ben. It would be like, no, it's not. It's mine.
Yeah, and also Tinsel on the Tracks. I recommend this release. It's cool, but oh boy, we're getting to this release I've been hoping to show, Jake Martin.
Here is the next DVD I got. Ultimate Friendship Adventures. Yes, I got it for Christmas. And yes, this is the last time we get to see season 19 episodes, and we're still in season 20, and we still have Thomas James, Diesel, Sir Topham Hatt. They're new voice actors. Very good. And even though they used the seasons 13 through 18 engine roll call and end credits for the last time. And yes.
And also, gotta look at this. I'm gonna say this. This is the second to last one. We don't even have to listen to engine roll call. This is the next release. We don't even have to see engine roll call again. The next release.
The next release we'll get into later on. Anyway.
Yeah.
You've got to mention they used the Nitrogen era animation of these three guys because I guess they're still using the seasons 13 through 18 intro of Thomas with Martin Sherman voicing Thomas, which I could have swear if Joseph May should have redubbed that bad boy.
Just like in the Elmo's World Head to Toe with Elmo DVD, which incorrectly used the season 2 Elmo's World intro from 2000, even though all 3 episodes of Elmo's World were from season 1 from 1998 and 1999, respectively.
Anyways,
yeah, this one has 5 episodes from season 20 and season 19.
And I'm trying to say something like
oh yes, and it has the episode we both hate.
No.
Oh, shoot,
I was saying I could have sworn if Joseph May should have redubbed Thomas's lines, just like if you watch Big Bird in China on DVD, Martin P. Robinson redubs Telly's lines from to where Telly was performed by Brian Mill. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. And starting in 1990 in We Are All Monsters could be found in Monster Hits. Kevin Clash redubs Elmo's lines from where Jerry Nelson performs my favorite all-time Sesame Street character, including yours, Flickus.
Elmo.
Yeah, I like Elmo too.
And
anyway, even though it's still the same as his debut from 1980.
One thing which was the exact opposite. You know, like when they remade the song La 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 in the late 1990s, instead of redubbing Steve Whitmire doing Ernie, they kept Jim Henson's
Boys, I know.
Still intact.
I know. Even though Jim Henson passed away in 1990. Excuse me. And yes, there is one last episode on this DVD that we do despise. Thomas and the Babysitter, even though it's Thomas the Babysitter. Why? Because of the stupid little annoying bullcrap baby crying all throughout the episode when Thomas stops at every station to drop off his passengers and pick up his passengers and stops at a signal. The baby keeps the crying up, but when Thomas puffs along his line, it stops crying.
Just like when SpongeBob cries nonstop at the beginning of the episode, A Day Without Tears.
Oh, and also in Dragon Tales, Big Funky Cloud.
Like, seriously.
What was Brenner
think
thinking?
SpongeBob crying nonstop in A Day Without Tears would be worse than the baby crying for Thomas and the Babysitter? Or do you
Thomas the
think
Babysitter. That's incorrect, because Thomas is the babysitter himself. And I forgot to mention Duncan the Humbug. I'm not supposed to say and the Humbug. It's Duncan the Humbug, because Duncan is the Humbug himself.
And, like, Thomas and the Jet Engine is the U.S. title in Season 6, but for some reason in the UK they just call it Thomas the Jet Engine. But
what?
But the U.S. it says it's him and the Jet Engine because he pulls the Jet Engine.
Yeah, of course. And
and also, say your Big Horn.
But yes, at least at the end, Thomas asked Sir Topham Hatt if he could puff along the line, even if he has one passenger, but without stopping, so the baby could stop that crying. Even if Amy and Clarabelle thinks it's a silly idea, but Sir Topham Hatt tells Thomas it might be a good idea.
Yeah, and also, yes, can I tell you which episode I like to watch more than Thomas the Babysitter? And it is from Season 6.
Thomas, Percy, and the Squeak, the engines kept calling Percy Dirty Percy, which is funny. But yes, I know, Alicia Bonney screamed when there's a mouse on Clarabelle's floor inside Clarabelle.
But her other lines were funny in Thomas Percy and the Squeak. Alicia Bonney's when she says, "I can't possibly travel in coaches riddled with mice."
When you couldn't have just gone
in the Michael Angelis version from the UK, it's like, "I can't possibly travel the regions that are riddled with the mice."
But I like how in Alec Baldwin he says that coaches riddled with mice. Well, that's the thing about Alec Baldwin's narration from Season 6, kind of. But
anyways,
like I said, yes, I'd rather watch Thomas Percy and the Squeak than Thomas the Babysitter.
Yeah, and yes, luckily, I know the ending's kind of cute because they named him Thomas the Baby, even though we prefer Thomas and the Pigs, because
when the little piglet was looking at Thomas and says, "Aw, that little piglet is looking at me," and then Farmer Trotter says, "I think I'll call him Thomas," and Thomas felt swell.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, when I watch this DVD, I have to select each episode, but since Thomas the Babysitter is the last of the season 19 episodes, I have to stop it after Goodbye Tom Hat is over.
Well, hopefully next year.
The last episode on the DVD, or is there one more after that?
That's
everything. Thomas the Babysitter's last flick. Anyways, movie and game lover 98. If I watch this DVD next year, I'm about to turn my face red, like either Emmy's shirt, bathing suit, or pajamas, or Elmo or James.
Or Bodie.
Please, Thomas the Baby, or can you stop crying, please?
That's also like I cannot stand Finn's crying in Finn's blankie. Every time it's like
even though
crying in Squid's Visit and A Day Without Tears.
Even though Finn's your favorite baby dragon, but I know in Finn's blankie he throws a tantrum.
Because I don't know why he throws a tantrum about wanting his blankie back, but in other episodes he's fine without his blankie.
And
Like, come on!
It's like how you couldn't stand SpongeBob crying nonstop in Squid's Visit movie.
Because he won't stop acting like a crybaby when Squidward yells at him. He's never going to come visit his house.
And he's like,
when he kind of has visited his house in the past.
That's where it got annoying.
I have Squid's Visit on the complete 6th season on DVD. Anyways, what am I trying to say? Oh, yes.
And also, like I talked about the episodes, other episodes besides that stupid Thomas the Babysitter episode, Goodbye Sir Topham Hatt is a good one, too.
Yeah, I
because the entrance thought Sir Topham Hatt was leaving the island of Sodor, but instead his office was being redecorated, and he has
that little shed
of
a temporary office.
That kind of reminds me of a Clifford the Big Red Dog episode from season 1, called Goodbye T-Bone, where Cleo and Clifford think that T-Bone are leaving the island, when in fact they're just moving down the street closer to the ferry of Birdwell Island.
Yeah. I also like Rocky Rescue. Some people say they don't like Rocky Rescue. They say it's like a Sharon Miller version, but with Andrew Brenner. Another one like Flatbeds of Fear. But this one, they think is the best one to lift Rocky back onto the tracks when this is the first time Rocky has an accident.
Yeah, I know. And what else? Oh yes. In Henry Gets the Express.
Oh, I love that episode too.
Yeah.
Well,
my favorite episode.
Cherry Shell shouted Gordon's lines out. Well, just a little bit when Gordon says, "Uncouple me at once. I'm going back to my shed."
If you've seen a Tommy version of Henry Gets the Express, they always do the camera doing from one shot to the other when Gordon says his line, "Uncouple me at once, I'm going back to my shed." When he finishes the last line, it zooms in on him. It goes on angle at his face. And yeah, Henry Gets the Express is another one where Henry does not act like a stupid fraidy cat. I was pleased about that.
Of course. And that was Percy Engine 619 who did that. And he used the Tommy Playrell Angry Gordon, which kind of looks like his model one since the classic series.
Come out Henry, which he did.
Series 1 through
in the
12.
Season 1 episode, come out Henry.
Yeah, and also like Henry Gets the Express, like, when Henry, he was a little bit nervous of how he hasn't pulled the Express in a while, but then he starts to he likes it, and he gives Gordon a run for his money.
Even though Henry pulls the Express for the first time since season 1.
Well, I mean, he's pulled the Express in the classic series before.
Yeah, he pulled it throughout some of them.
Yeah, we saw him pull the Express probably in Come Out Henry, but I know he did in Henry to the Rescue when Gordon had burst his safety valve.
And when Henry couldn't push the train alone.
Of course not.
And also, like, when Henry pulled it at the end of A Big Day for Thomas, when he and James are laughing at Thomas, saying, "Look, there's Thomas who wanted to pull a train, but forgot about the coach." Like, here's it goes, "Look, there's Thomas who wanted to pull a train, but forgot about the coach." I can imagine
what it would be like Gordon laughed at Thomas about that as well.
Well, he does in The Adventure Begins. He and James laugh at it at nighttime. And when they laughed about the story of Thomas's train, "I'm glad you came to work on our railway, Thomas. You always give us something funny to laugh about." But yeah, Ultimate Friendship Adventures, yes. I know you probably do the same thing as me, Jake Martin, just select each episode. That's what I do on this DVD.
I play it all the way through.
Well, I don't think I select episodes. I usually play it all the way through, but I'm not sure what I could do. I mean, if I wanted to watch the whole
Thomas the Babysitter, right?
Well, I thought I would watch Fiscal Media because I thought Fiscal Media is better.
Well, it is better, but I mean, I select each episode on this TV, so I don't have to bother with it.
Well, I could watch the program Ultimate Friendship Adventures all the way through,
but make sure you avoid Thomas the Babysitter at all costs.
Well, I haven't watched it, but hopefully, if I watched it on this, I am sure gonna grow furious.
Or if you do Don't Give the Dragon Tales Don't Give Up DVD, make sure to avoid Bully for You.
Well, I don't have Bully for You on DVD or Look on the Bright Side on VHS, and I did not watch Bully for You. I mean, but if I watch it, hopefully I will do the same thing. Screw Crosser!
Yeah, but yeah, Ultimate Friendship Adventures, I would.
Red like James or Elmo.
But yeah. But anyways, yeah, Ultimate Friendship Adventures, I'm pleased to have it in my collection, but like I said, if I watch it in my own collection, I have to select each episode.
Yeah, I remember.
I
don't
do-
let's get to the next release.
I don't do selecting it. I don't do selecting each episode. Sorry.
Well, I know you're not, but let's get to the first release. 17, Extraordinary Engines.
Ultimate Friendship Adventures was the last Thomas and Friends DVD from 2016. If I forgot to say, I didn't say it. Anyways, here's the first one from 2017. Excuse me.
Your excuse.
Sorry.
It's okay.
Sorry. All Extraordinary Engines, which I don't have, but I will, along with Sesame Street, Elmo's Favorite Stories.
So this one introduces Hugo, based off an airship who can travel on the rails.
I thought you were about to say Rail Zeppelin.
Rail Zeppelin, because he thinks he wants to fly like that airship in the episode Hugo and the Airship, which is after his debut. And also, yeah, people like Henry in the Dark, as Henry gets back at the engines for calling him a fraidy cat. He does his own scare back at the engines.
Thank goodness he was finally serious.
He never had to do it ever again. But I think, I think he doesn't have to worry. I don't have to worry about him making that fraidy cat face ever again.
Well, he kind of did in Three Steam Engines Gruff.
Well, he did, yes, in Three Steam Engines Gruff, but this one, Three Steam Engines Gruff, at least Percy did not be all mean to the engines. Unlike in Tale of the Brave, he did.
He did do it to Thomas, but in what episode was it? Oh yes, Three Steam Engines Gruff.
I just said
I kind of wish
finally, finally, it's about time. Percy did not act like a psycho engine jerk off to his engines.
I kind of wish Percy got punished in Tale of the Brave by Sir Topham Hatt for being rude to the engines.
Yeah,
he didn't.
But even though he didn't,
what would happen if he did get punished by Sir Topham Hatt in the film?
If Movie and Game Lover 98 and I wrote this movie,
yes, we would say, please punish Percy for what he did and for being rude to the engines and for delivering the mail late too.
I would be surprised if Gordon was being mean to Thomas as well, in addition to Percy, and Sir Topham Hatt could punish both of them, with Gordon getting a more harsher punishment because he's bigger and stuff.
Yeah, but
yes, Trevor has finally got his speaking role back. Finally.
Yes, he finally spoke in the full CGI episode. I don't know who the person is who voices Trevor.
I'll have to look it up on the wiki and find out.
But yeah, this one still uses 6 episodes, and this one, Skiff makes Sir Topham Hatt run off because he thinks he saw a mermaid, Skiff, and Sir Topham Hatt gets stranded on an island with Skiff when they go out of control, and he screams out, "No!"
Anyways, Extraordinary Engine.
Pilkington.
They used
of Trevor in the UK, while Christopher Ragland was Trevor in the US.
Christopher Ragland, Percy's voice actor?
Yeah, I looked it up.
Oh, yeah. You found out. Well, thank you for looking up for me. Oh, Mega Blocks. I despise that.
Yeah, and also, look, this does have artwork, unlike the other two after the Great Race. They didn't have artwork. It was just simple red, which I didn't want to bother showing. But this one, they used artwork for some reason.
Well, yes, Tinsel on the Tracks was the first one to use colored discs. Well, Tinsel on the Tracks and Ultimate Friendship Adventures were red discs, and this one, Extraordinary Engines, was the last Thomas and Friends DVD to make an artwork.
Well, unfortunately, we're going to be seeing 3 more. We have 3 more releases to go, guys, and then we'll be done with the collection, and we can do other things.
And
I don't put that.
And yes, they finally put the season 19 version of Engine Roll Call and the end credits, and this is the last time we get to see the Nitrogen Era animation intro. Seasons 13 through 18 still has Martin Sherman voicing Thomas, even though Thomas was voiced by Joseph May in those episodes.
Yeah, But yeah, Extraordinary Engines, that's another easy one to get because it's a universal.
I keep making those errors like that on some Thomas DVDs.
Arc is just, why isn't Arc making this, fixing that error? I don't know. Extraordinary Engines, that's another easy release to get.
Or Hit Entertainment or Universal and Hit Entertainment. What is your problems? Can't you make Joseph May redub Thomas's lines from the original Martin Sherman
exactly
voice?
what I'd say to Sony Wonder when they released the Head to Toe with Elmo DVD, like, Sony Wonder, why did you put the incorrect Elmo's World theme? Can't you just fix it and put the correct one? You did it with Dancing Music and Books, so why can't you do it with Head to Toe with Elmo?
And even kids' favorite songs too has the Children's Television Workshop, even though they stopped that.
Yeah.
The CTW semicircle logo. However, my copy of Kids' Favorite Songs 2 has the Sesame Workshop logo before the DVD menu, so at least they made another version of it where they fixed it.
Well,
that's good.
And also, they put the Grace and Wild logo and the Lane logo on the 2003 DVD of Thomas and His Friends Help Out, even though the Hit Entertainment logo was on the disc and the booklet and the case. But I guess they decided to put the logos for the last time.
Yeah, but yeah, like I said, Extraordinary Engines, definitely recommend this release. It's worth trying. And it's the old, can you believe this? Yes, we don't have to listen to Engine Roll Call, the boring version for the last time. Even though I don't mind the 19 through 21 version of Engine Roll Call of the seasons 9 through 21 Engine Roll Call, at least it goes upbeat, but I still don't like how they don't merge Henry and Edward in the Engine Roll Call, even though I wish they could have.
Anyways.
And we don't have to do this ever again. Let's get this next release.
Journey Beyond Soldoi. And
I have it for Christmas. I
got this from Walmart years ago.
Got it from Target years ago. But
this is from Mattel Creations, even though the Hit Entertainment logo is still on the back and the disc.
Yeah. Also, yeah, I like the whole movie of Journey Beyond Soda, but the only thing I despised was the end portion.
Frankie crying.
Yes, I mentioned in the Q&A how it reminds me Frankie crying when I almost jumped scared, like Finn crying at the end of Cassie the Green-Eyed Dragon, or the Star Wars Episode 3 Revenge of the Sith thing, the battle towards the end.
Yeah.
On Mustafar.
Well, yes, they used the Nitrogen era animation of James, even though the last time we see the Nitrogen era was, already season 16 episodes, 5 from Wild Water Rescue, and the intro, seasons 13 through 18 on some DVDs, including the last one, Extraordinary Engines, even Whale of a Tale, even though it has season 19 episodes.
Yeah. Journey Beyond Soda, I don't know why Cranky's placed in the Steelworks setting, even though he's in the movie, he just doesn't appear in the Steelworks setting. Isn't that weird, Gum? Like, Cranky's on this picture, but he's not in the Steelworks setting, but he's in the actual movie for just a glimpse of a second.
But he was in Random Dogs. He don't work at the Steelworks. He works at Random Dogs, especially on some games. Excuse me. Like, Where Do I Belong for Best of James. Cranky works at the core, even though he works at the docks, and Really Useful Places from New Friends for Thomas, and the DVD menus of Steamies vs. Diesels, and It's Great to Be an Engine. They put Cranky in the quarry as funny games. But luckily, starting off for Thomas's Soda Celebration, Songs from the Station, and Calling a Legend, they fixed it. So that's correct. Cranky works at the docks, not the Steelworks, and not the quarry.
Yeah. Also, I don't hate Frankie, her entire character. I like how some people say she kind of is not nasty, but kind of nice to Thomas, but she's kind of a villain. But Hurricane's the somewhat okay, nice guy to Thomas, even though he follows Frankie sometimes.
Yeah, like at that water tower where he's like, bye, Thomas.
Bye, Thomas. See you around. And Frankie never calls Thomas by his real name. She just calls him Little Tank Engine.
Oh, yes, I forgot to show some other stuff I got for my birthday besides Lost Treasure, Great Race, Tales of the Rails. I got this one. It's a disco ball. If I could get, let me just get in front of this. Okay, here it is.
I was just looking at the Journey Beyond Soda. Yes, the first release of Mattel Creations instead of Hit Entertainment. Oh, the Hit logo's in the back. I know you have a slipcover on your copy.
To get a Blu-ray release.
My copy does it.
Yeah, but mine doesn't have the all-new on the case.
Mine does, because I got it from Target a few days after it came out in 2017. I got it with the DVD of Chitty Chitty Bang Bang Gum.
Yeah. Well, when I got this DVD for Christmas last year, it doesn't have the slipcase and the orange banner all new movie.
Oh,
anyways, and I don't have this one. It's a traffic light lamp. Kind of looks like it.
Oh, it's cool. I wish I had one of those.
Well, I think Journey Beyond Soda was planned to get
besides a Blu-ray the Elmo shirt I got. Oh yes.
It was a promo saying, "Hey, look at this on DVD and Blu-ray," but then it got pushed to saying, "Now look for it on just DVD and digital."
Anyway,
even though I wish they could have, swear they could have just put it on Blu-ray, but they didn't.
They canceled it.
Yeah, the booklet last time evidence to show that.
Last time they did was the Great Race, but I know in 2019 they do a Thomas and the Magic Railroad Blu-ray.
Or 2020 Blu-ray Magic Railroad
to celebrate 20th anniversary. Anyways, I also got this for Christmas last year. It's a Thomas shirt.
Oh, cool! I used to wear Thomas shirts when I was a kid. I say once for your size, despite yes, we're all adults.
But at least I have my Elmo shirt, and
that's good.
Well, I do have Cookie Monster pajamas with Cookie Monster wearing his Santa hat, and I do have another one. But besides Elmo, they also put Big Bird and Ernie Bird.
I have Cookie Monster pajamas that say Savage on them.
The Count and Big Bird. Yeah, I have another Sesame Street shirt, but it says made in 1969 because we all know Sesame Street started in 1969.
Yeah. Also, can I tell you about this? Merlin and Hurricane are my favorite characters in this movie, Jake Martin, because of Merlin being voiced by a famous actor named Hugh Bonneville.
What did he?
And also, I don't know what Hugh Bonneville starred in. What movies he was in, Hugh Bonneville? But I know this woman who voiced Frankie. I think it was Sophie someone, or was it Sophia someone? I don't know. Gum, who was the voice of Frankie? Was it Sophia or Sophie someone?
I don't know. I don't pay too much attention to the voice actors who voice the engines.
I'll have to look up on Wikia, or maybe Flicka could do it. He'll look up on the Wikia to see who voices Frankie.
Yeah, and also this disc, I'm going to show you guys, it's a blue disc.
But it's dark. Yeah,
but the
dark
other one that's yeah.
We'll get to the last Thomas and Friends DVD ever made in the
Kokuon is her name.
Sophie
Kokuon.
What's that?
Sophie? You say Sophie or Sophia?
Sophie Kokuon.
So Sophie someone, the voice of Frankie.
Kokuon. COLQUHOUN.
That's going to be hard for me to say that last name for Sophie.
Me too. And I know if you were when you were reviewing Whale of a Tale and Tales on the Rails, you couldn't remember Percy's new voice actor, that Christopher guy, but luckily on the wiki I found out who's Christopher's last name, Ragland.
Okay, yeah, because it was a different, like, compared to his Martin Sherman voice of Percy for Christopher Ragland. But yeah, and also, yes, Henry does not have a majority of the movie throughout the entirety till the end, and then he has just one bit of dialogue, and the movie ends. He asks, "What did I miss?"
Yeah, that part gets me every time.
And then, because he thought he missed everything. But yeah, Journey Beyond Soda. This is also like having the Tank Engine version of The Wizard of Oz.
I don't have that movie, but hopefully next year I'll get it on VHS.
I don't have Journey Beyond Soda, but I do have The Wizard of Oz and the VeggieTales DVD, The Wonderful Wizard of Oz.
I don't like VeggieTales.
I don't like VeggieTales either. Sorry. Yeah, I don't like VeggieTales either. Me and Jake don't like it anymore.
Yeah, I don't like it that much.
I used to when I was little, but not anymore.
I mean, I do own.
I still do, but I
But
don't
I
really
don't.
like the
I don't
Netflix
watch the
designs
show.
of VeggieTales
And I'm
called
not
VeggieTales in the House.
I am not buying VeggieTales.
I only own 2 VeggieTable. Only 2 VeggieTales DVDs, which is Jonah, VeggieTales movie, and The Start of Christmas, and that's it.
Yeah, Journey Beyond Soda, I definitely say give this movie a try. I mean, yeah, like the only portion I almost puked or jump scared to is just Frankie crying at the end. The other portions were good.
Yeah, I do like the movie, and the songs are great though.
Yeah, the hottest place in town is the catchiest. I like how they do it to James later on, but James hilariously interrupts them and he gets so pissed at them saying, all right, this is all very entertaining, but where's Thomas? And then Frankie says, who's Thomas? But yeah, Journey Beyond Solar, this is a cool movie. But now let's get on to the last 2 releases and we can talk about other stuff.
Anyways, I would have been like, Frankie, Thomas is a tank engine with a number 1 on his sides, and you kept him in the steelworks and you won't let him leave. Anyways, here's Christmas on Sodor.
Yeah, I got that.
The last we meet of Mark Morgan before the disaster came.
I know.
Yeah, we all
the
know.
Universal one red on here instead of blue.
I think it was like that since it was on the track, so maybe not.
No, it was blue on Tin's.
No.
No, I'm picking up Thomas's holiday collection.
Or probably not Sodor's Legend of the Lost Treasure. They kept it in blue. Dang
They
it.
always kept it in blue. It's like for Barney's Universal DVDs, they kept them in they do it purple because Barney's purple. Ooh,
And
just imagine if they did Bob the Builder Universal releases. They could have just made it yellow because Bob the Builder's hard hat is yellow.
But they kept it blue just like the Thomas releases did.
Well, yes, the Barney cases, if you get on DVD, their cases are purple and Bob the Builder's yellow. The DVDs, of course.
Yeah. And Angelina Ballerina's are pink.
Ugh!
Bother that.
Botheration to that female show.
Female kitty show.
Well, I don't have any, but I just figured I'd mention it since the Thomas DVDs have the trailers
I know
on
that.
there.
Anyways,
this one has 5 episodes from season 21. It's the only one of season 21 in the U.S. I don't know why they could have done another release.
Yeah, they could have had Danger on the Dock
Thomas in the
Go
front,
Thomas in the U.S.
You
have the rest of season
almost
21,
like
no.
the model era of Thomas, like in season 3, despite it being CGI on the front.
Like you can see by the snow and his snowplow and Terrence right there.
By the way of Thomas's eyes on the front.
That kind of looks familiar to his Nitrogen era animation. All right.
But yeah, and also Terrence Breaks the Ice are references to Terrence the Tractor way back in season 1.
But in full CGI, of course.
But you know how in the flashback in CGI, Terrence pulls Thomas and Annie Clarabelle out of the snow, but in the model version, he had to pull Annie Clarabelle away first and then come back for Thomas.
Yeah.
But between those, which one do you like better, Jake Barton? The Terrence the Tractor model version or this flashback one in CGI?
Well, yes, I did posted the Terrence the Tractor clip on my YouTube channel. Obviously it has your favorite Thomas narrator, George Carlin, redubbing it. Not the Ringo Starr from James Learns a Lesson. And yes, George Carlin's narration from James, it's also could be found on Thomas and Bertie's Great Race on VHS, which is hard to find. And yes,
Lego Lover has it.
Yeah, I know. And yes, even some DVDs like 10 Years of Thomas, Thomas's Christmas Wonderland, and Ultimate Christmas. Oh man, I spit on my phone. My spit keeps coming out. My spit.
It's okay.
Yeah, my spit keeps coming out whenever I'm talking. This is ridiculous.
I've never done that.
You are not alone. It happens to everybody. Sometimes it happens to me when I talk.
Same to me sometimes.
But yeah, also confused coaches. Well, I know it's the 3rd episode on this release, but I know it's in chronological order. It's the last episode of season 21 and the final episode of Mark Morgan's narration.
Yeah.
Before
It's definitely a great episode.
Yeah.
Probably my favorite.
Is it your favorite, Gum?
Yeah, because just
Emily in the middle
between Gordon and Spencer.
Yeah, and also Emily in the middle, Jake Martin. Every time I have to hear annoying customers like this. I feel so bad if I yell out this line from Emily. For goodness sakes, you two. Well, you don't mind if I yell it out, don't you?
Go right ahead.
Here.
Take it away.
For goodness sakes, you two! If you don't know, it's me that needs help. If you two would have stopped arguing, I wouldn't be in this mess. And then all three engines are so pissed. Well, Toby wonders, ooh, what's this? And the other two are pissed, James and Gordon, saying, oh, come on. What's the whole? And Gordon says, oh, it's these silly twins. They're
It kind of reminds me of when the customers shout, oh, come on, in the SpongeBob episode, The Place the Thing, when Squidward is still telling this story.
Anyways,
But yeah, and also the freeze. It reminds me of Jack Frost from season 6.
I used to not really kill for Jack Frost, the big freeze, but I kind of like it.
Jack Frost is not scary. Yes, he is. He's all white with a big spiky face, and then James is like rubbish.
Anyways,
wasn't. Poor person wasn't so sure. But imagine if Michael Brandon narrated redubbed Jack Frost in the U.S.
I know you're not good at Alec Baldwin's voice impression, but I am.
I'm actually good at his impressions.
Anyways, about Duncan and the Grumpy Passengers. Oh yes, Duncan had to deal with a grumpy passenger. Like you had to deal with grumpy customers at your work at Goodwill.
Yeah, even though my brothers say, please just get used to dealing with customers you don't like checking out, please, I still have to do my job anyways, no matter what. Because that's what being...
And yes, about Duck in the Water, James doesn't want to get Rocky while he's waiting for his next passenger. Oh yeah, it's Red. Once again, Christmas.
Yeah, last time it's Red.
About Duck in the Water. Of course, James didn't wait. James doesn't want to get Rocky while he's waiting for his next passenger. But everyone knows you had to do a job rather you don't want to do. Because I know when you were working at Goodwill, you had to do the toys aisle. And as for Thomas and the emergency cable, I know Thomas got in trouble because he has to do his job on his branch line rather he's in a bad mood or not.
Well, I know emergency cable, first the birdwatcher got in trouble, and then Thomas got in trouble later on.
Yeah, I know. The birdwatcher thought he saw a pretty rare bird. And yes, Thomas has to do his jobs on his branch line, whether he's in either a good mood or a bad mood or not. Because I know when you had to do the toys aisle, you somehow had to do it, work at Goodwill, the toys aisle, whether you're in a bad mood or not. Because you know me, when
Squidward had to work at the Krusty Krab and SpongeBob episodes, whether he liked to work with SpongeBob or not.
Yes,
it was Mr. Krabs' orders.
Anyways, as I was saying, as for me, while I'm working at behavioral specialist, I somehow had to be some 3 rooms around the building, even if kids are around. Like, even I have to play games with kids. Like, seriously. I mean, yes. I always play games with kids as peers, and I somehow play with them, even if I'm in a bad mood or not, because of them screaming, crying, tantruming.
Well, isn't there someone else to help you out, Jake Martin, if you're getting all stressed out and you can't do it by yourself? At your behavior specialist?
Some therapist instructor.
Well, okay. I was saying, do you have someone else at that place to help you out, or is it just times?
I think it was Mr. Todd.
Okay, the one who's
he helps me calm down. Well,
okay.
He asks me what I could calm down, either listening to music or deep breaths taken.
That's the easiest one I know. Take deep breaths, yes. But
that's what I do sometimes when I get anxiety.
Yeah.
Well, yes, hopefully next year, if I watch Lost Treasure with Sir Topham Hatt being rude to Thomas, especially after I blew up angry. Well, here goes me blowing up at Sir Topham Hatt after he yells out Thomas's full name and sends him to his shed for the rest of the afternoon. I would have paused the remote and I would have burst into tears and I would have almost cried. Well, I might sob a little, but then I would have do like this. Seriously, fat controller, sir! You harsh, psycho, rude son of a biscuit! Listen to your number one engine and let him finish his sentences!
Well, there's a stress toy I can use in case I get seriously angry and stressed out. I squeeze it so hard and it lets my anger out.
And then I had to calm down and probably watch a Dragon Tales episode on YouTube. Miami or bust. Nah, of course. Yeah, Miami or bust. Not on DVD, but on YouTube. And then probably read some books. Flicka, please. Probably either what else? Read books and hug Elmo, of course. Or go outside my front yard and blow off some steam. Then I'll come back inside and finish watching the movie. Same thing happens to Thomas the babysitter from Ultimate Friendship Adventures. Like I would have to wait until the episode's over, enter roll call, song, end credits, till everything is over before I let out my anger and so and so. And as for whatever, and same thing happens to, and then hopefully when my mom gets paid, when I get whatever happened to SpongeBob next year, I watched it. I'll have to wait until the whatever happened to SpongeBob episode's over, so I could pause it, so I could, you know the drill. I exploded in anger. I would have been like, Gary, Squidward, Patrick, Sandy, and Mr. Krabs. I think you owe SpongeBob an apology for calling him idiot boy. That was so rude for him. And now you caused him to run away from Bikini Bottom.
Yeah, but also, there's 3 episodes from season 20 I forgot to mention, guys. Cautious Connor, All in Vain, and Tit for Tat. I think All in Vain and Cautious Connor are like the most. I'm not a big fan of the CGI redub of Tit for Tat, where the small controllers. Well, I like Willie Rushton's where he says, "You are a very naughty engine. I won't have rudeness to visit us." Well, I mean, I don't hate the voice actor who voices Mr. Fergus Duncan, the small controller. I like that actor in real life, don't get me wrong.
Who is the actor?
I don't know. Who voices Mr. Fergus Duncan, the Arlesdale Railway, the small railway controller? I don't know. But I like Willie Rushton's voice of him saying, "You are a very naughty engine." I don't know. I don't think you have the Railway Series book, Jake Martin, of Tit for Tat.
That kind of
well, you can watch it on
YouTube. Oh, man.
I was saying, Jake Martin, you can look up the Willie Rushton illustrated version of Tit for Tat on YouTube.
I will. And what else? Yes. Yeah, I would have to pause the program after whatever happened to SpongeBob's over, and then after I'm calm, I'll watch the rest of the episodes.
Yeah, but I don't watch the whole season because that just takes like hours for me. But yeah, Christmas on Soda, definitely recommend this release. But yeah, this is the last time we'll have Mark Morgan narrate episodes.
And now
the very last DVD of Thomas and Friends, period.
DVD ever made in the U.S. Big World, Big Adventures. Really? Are you using the
collection?
are you using the nitrogen animation of Thomas' image? Man, can't they use Andrew Brenner or something? I mean, anyways, yeah, this is the
Big World,
last
Big
Thomas.
Adventure.
This is the last Thomas and Friends DVD ever made in the U.S.
And the last movies in general.
Yeah, Thomas's final movie. Excuse me again, man. What is with me burping? Do I eat or drink or something? Anyways.
It's okay. It happens to everyone. Yeah.
And
so the orange bar on the top, Thomas is a picture. There's Young Bao.
Welcome back. Welcome back. And since we saw him in the Great Race, but he didn't interact with Thomas, but luckily he did.
But yeah, and this is another lazy thing. They didn't change the Thomas from the front.
They used it from Journey Beyond Sodor. Because I could tell Thomas had a smirk on his face.
And the sparks are there. But yeah, this is a cool poster art, despite the movie's just, people say they didn't want to watch this ever again because it made Thomas unrealistic. How unrealistic this movie is. Yeah.
Well, at least we get to see countries around the world, like America. Like, thank goodness.
Like, America? Thomas can go to the U.S.?
Yeah, yeah. But yes, I know. We could have sweared if Thomas should have finished his jobs, like, take the fish to Vickerstown and finish his passenger jobs, and then ask Sir Topham Hatt's permission that he could go around the world. That would be better, right?
Well, he situated out the fish cars, the smelly fish cars, but seriously, why do they have a serious, yucky smell to them? I thought they were supposed to be traveled in vans, and they're using...
But even though, and as such, Thomas... man, something's wrong with my phone. Sorry about that. Anyways, Thomas should have waited until Birdie drops off the rest of his passengers.
But no, he just followed Ace's advice and he just left his passengers behind.
Well, he should have told... Oh, Flicka left.
Anyways, he did?
Anyways, he should have told Ace, I can't, Ace. I gotta wait until my passengers... I gotta wait until Birdie the bus drops off my passengers. And then I gotta ask...
that, and then instead of just leaving Birdie off and then made him pissed.
And then I gotta ask Sir Topham Hatt if I could go around the world. Wouldn't that be better?
Yeah, I would have loved if Sir Thomas just asked Sir Topham Hatt if he can go around the world after he finished his jobs, and Sir Topham Hatt could have said, sure. Just make sure he'd be back at a specific time. Don't be out for too long, Thomas. Like other shows, they do a series thing. Wherever you are, make sure you let someone know where you are, just not too far away. Otherwise, they'll be worried sick. Like this one part from the Inspector Gadget cartoon, not the live action Inspector Gadget from Disney, where hold on, Flick Love is back.
Oh, he's back.
Oh, I had to sign in real quick. I was signing.
Oh, you had to.
Oh, you had to sign in.
We were talking about what happened in Wubba, the final Thomas production.
Big World, Big Adventures. Big World, Big Adventures. Yes, there's no narration, and yes, starting off at season 22, they forced Thomas's voice actor, Joseph May.
Yeah, but I know, like I said, we were doing some other shows where they did show some theories what will happen, what you should do if you're going somewhere far away. Let someone know where you're going, and let them know when you'll be back. But this one, Thomas didn't do that. He didn't ask for Sir Thomas' permission to say when can he go around the world for a specific time, and Sir Thomas said sure.
Well, Movie and Game Lover 98, if we wrote this movie, that would be better.
And put Thomas, in a narrator.
Yeah, I would have loved to
ask Sir Topham's permission. Safety first.
Like Jack said, he had to remember safety first because he remembered not to jump in where he didn't belong, and Jack jumps in from season 6.
Exactly.
But yeah, of course, yes, there's no one narrating. You know what's bad about this DVD, Jake Barton? But on digital releases, the pitch is normal. The pitch is bad.
Even though the Universal logo's in normal pitch, well, I see an opening video, but oh yes, the disc is blue, but it's light blue disc.
Different from Journey Beyond Sodor's.
So what was bad about the pitch?
Journey Beyond Shoulder was dark. Anyways, about the audio file, even though the Universal logo was in normal pitch, but in the whole movie, it was low pitched. First, the 3 Wallace and Gromit DVDs, A Grand Day Out, The Wrong Trousers, A Close Shave, and The Cracking Contraptions, they were in low pitch. And as for Railway Friends, but only for the intro, engine roll call song, and the end credits.
But hey, at least they got the Hit Entertainment logo in the correct pitch after the credits.
But however, in High Speed Adventures, it was low pitch. Like after the program of High Speed Adventures is over, even Team Up with Thomas
as well.
That's what I'm saying, Flicka. So, anyways, I did watch this, but not on DVD, the movie, of course. Instead, I watched it on YouTube because it's better to have it in regular pitch. Because, I could have sweared if they should have made those Wallace and Gromit DVDs in regular pitch, the 3 short films, the Cracking Contraptions, and this one.
I don't know why Universal didn't do that.
Okay, and how I saw it was I first saw it on TV back when it aired.
And after this, when I watched this film, I had to say that's going to be it for Thomas for me. I'm not going to watch any more Thomas after this movie.
And did
well,
you?
Luckily, don't have this DVD.
I don't recommend getting this DVD, Flicka. It's just, the pitch is so bad.
But honestly, the songs were pretty nice for the most part.
Yeah, where in the world is Thomas is familiar to where is Thomas from The Great Discovery?
And Searching Everywhere from King of the Railway.
Anyways, I got this DVD from my therapist. And
oh, you did? That's cool.
Yes. Hopefully when I get my new combo player probably for Christmas, I'll have to find out if it's low pitched or not.
Unfortunately, it is. It's going to be in.
Even though I did look up on an opening video, because it might be true.
It's on every single copy. If you guys get this, but I know Gum, you're not going to get Blubba movie on DVD. No thanks.
Because it's low pitched.
And that I got Thomas's holiday collection.
And as he says that seasons 23 through 24 were like mediocre, but I'd rather watch them than All Engines Go. Well, technically true, Essie.
I ain't buying All Engines Go.
Yeah, plus the episodes are on Netflix, so
if they make DVDs of this, I am not getting that.
Yeah, but
the reboot is trash. Oh, and I forgot. Yes, I know your DVDs of Thomas's Christmas Carol and Tales on the Rails does not have the same insert from Lost Treasure. That'll be this one.
Yeah,
that Bob the Builder reboot.
Yeah, I've never seen an episode, and I don't think I ever will.
My copy of this does, but I'm not buying this. I'm not buying this on DVD. Botheration to the Bob the Builder reboot and the Thomas and Friends reboot. All edges go.
Just like Elmo's Wonderful World, which is the reboot of Elmo's World, which completely took away the furniture from the original Elmo's World, is botheration to Sesame Street.
Oh, come on. I kind of like the reboot of Elmo's World. I mean, it doesn't matter if either I like it or not.
Well, and also as he's asking us guys, which is worse, seasons 13 through 16 of Thomas or the reboot?
Reboot.
Yeah, the reboot. Even the Bob the Builder.
Yeah, I asked that something similar to that in part 2 of this collection.
Looks like we're finally done.
But yeah, I gotta tell you about the songs of the release. We gotta tell you about the songs of the movie.
Go ahead. And I gotta get out of here. Well, please be quick. Please be quick, because I gotta deal with my phone.
Well, okay, you can just leave if you want right now, Jake Martin, and I can just continue with these guys.
Yeah.
I guess so. I gotta get out of here.
At least you have to be here for a while.
I gotta get out of here right now. I gotta deal with my phone. starting to die. So
Okay,
why I
well, at
charged
least you
mine
got to beat
before
this for the rest of this, Jake Martin. We
anyways,
got the final release, Big World Big Adventures. Well, yeah.
yes, yeah, I
You
have
can
all
go-
of them. I have all of them.
And also,
But I still need to get some more Thomas and Friends DVDs from Universal. Probably this
Also-
year or next. Anyways,
Okay.
I gotta go now.
All right,
See
Jake
ya.
Martin. At least we have to finish the collection and see ya.
Also,
Yeah.
Also, now that we have finished the Thomas collection, I have something
Yep.
very important to show Movie and Game Lover 98 that I have worked really hard on.
What is it, Flicka?
Well, remember when Warner Brothers released those Leapfrog DVDs from 2003 to 2005, and then Lionsgate beginning in 2009? Well, I made some fan-made Leapfrog DVDs from like 1999 and 2000.
Oh, you did? But because you know how the last one of the original character designs of the Leapfrog videos, A Tad of Christmas Cheer, was the only one to be released by Porchlight Entertainment by itself, but the first 5 are by Warner Brothers.
And also, this time I actually had a different company release those Leapfrog DVDs from like late 1999 until 2003. And you know what that is? It's not Warner Brothers, it's not Lionsgate, but you know what it is?
What?
Columbia TriStar.
Columbia TriStar, like we did with fan-made Hey Arnold, yeah.
And this one I made, this one is now, unlike the 2003 one, which just has Porchlight, I had the one released by Columbia TriStar to be made by Porchlight and Children's Television Workshop in addition.
Well, you know, Porchlight Entertainment does make JJ the Jet Plane DVDs, which I need to get those DVDs soon.
Don't think I'll be getting those.
But,
You're not a big fan of JJ the Jet Plane gum?
No, wait, is that the one with the the wheel faces on the
But what
plane?
did you think of those
yeah.
early Leapfrog DVDs from
Then I have seen it, but I don't care.
2003 being made by Sesame Workshop in addition to Porchlight, instead of just Porchlight?
That would be kind of cool, because it would be cool to see them by a different company.
And this one, it says, Leapfrog, Porchlight Entertainment, and the Children's Television Workshop present The Adventures of Leap and Friends. And this one is called Learning with Leap. It includes 3 great episodes plus a bonus episode of Dragon Tales.
Okay. Well, you'll see what the episodes would be. Since we're done with Thomas, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, what collection?
Now I'm going to read the description for Learning with Leap. It says, get ready to learn with Leap, Lily, and Tad in 3 amazing episodes. First, Leap meets his friends from A to Z.
Yeah.
Then, Tad has trouble remembering his numbers, so Leap and Lily help him remember the numbers from 1 to 10. Finally, Tad is afraid to go to school, so Leap and Lily try to think of some ways to help Tad overcome his fear, and Tad discovers it's great to make new friends. So, the episodes are Leap's friends from A to Z, Tad's math trouble, and Tad goes to school. Plus, Dragon Tales episodes, A Cool School, and Max's Comic Adventure.
Yeah. And I know, for a fun fact, I don't think you're a fan of Dragon Tales either, kind of like with JJ the Plane.
Well, I haven't seen it in so long, so I might have to check out a little bit of it at some point.
I mean, if you like the show, you can get some of the DVDs if that's fine. But if you've seen an episode, you'll tell me if you like it or not.
But yeah,
because I like how Dragon Tales, similar to Thomas, they don't tell me what to do. Because I'm sick of watching those kids shows that do that. But I mean, I don't mind it in Blue's Clues. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, and like Mickey Mouse Clubhouse kind of does it too.
Well, yeah, it's that's one of the Playhouse Disney shows I know that Tiz tells the audience to do.
Sesame Street does it sometimes, but not always.
Well, I know in Bear in the Big Blue House does that too, and
it says the running time is 120 minutes.
Basically just 2 hours.
So, since finished the Thomas collection, what collection will you stream next time or later on?
Now here's another one I made, and this one is called...
Oh, what were you saying, Gum?
Yeah, like, since you finished the Thomas collection, what will you show on a later stream?
Well, I may have to show the whole Thomas collection again, but merge model and CGI together.
All right.
Oh, and you think you could show how you store your CGI Thomas DVDs?
Here's this next one. It says,
Yeah.
Frog, Porchlight, and Children's Television Workshop present The Adventures of Leap and Friends, Tad's Good Night, and Other Sleepy Time Stories.
Yeah, I remember Tad's Good Night. I never played with it as a kid, Flicka, because I remember this one YouTuber, he just says, please stop whining about your mom. She's never coming back. That's the funniest thing I remember watching on YouTube.
And it says includes free great episodes plus a bonus episodes of Dragon Tales on this one, just like the one that I showed you before it.
Yeah.
And the back cover. All right, here's the back cover. It says, get ready to drift off to sleep in 3 peaceful episodes of The Adventures of Leap and Friends. First, Tad is feeling sad because he wants his mom to come back until Leap, Lily, and Gramps help cheer him up and help him go to sleep.
Yeah, that book also kind of reminds me if I want my mom back, but I can't go back and change
it. It says, then, while camping, Tad plays tricks on Leap, Lily, and his parents until he learns a lesson to never call for help unless he really needs it.
That's like a tad too much. Kind of, yeah.
And it says, finally, Leap goes to a sleepover at Gramps' house.
Yeah.
Now, here are the episodes. They are Tad's Good Night, A Tad Too Much, based off of the book, and Leap's Super Sleepover.
Yeah.
And, plus, it contains Dragon Tales episodes. This time they are The Giant of Nod and The Big Sleepover.
Wow. Well,
yeah. Also, yes, Flick Love of 2000. Mind if I do the impression from The Big Sleepover? Like, when Cassie says pillow fight?
Yeah.
Not yet. Pillow fight! And then Zach says, is this a sleepover or an earthquake? Is that right?
I also like Ord's line about food. And it's like, and eat pancakes and more waffles and more toast and jelly and more waffles and more pancakes and more toast and
and he just goes blabber on. And also like when he says dragon corn, I'll make a ton. Isn't that the first time Ord does it with his fire breath, makes dragon corn from his fire breath to make the kernels into purple dragon corn?
No,
or I think
the first time was to fly with dragons.
Well, yes, was it? But the big sleepover, was that his second time?
I believe so. Yes.
Because I have to look at all the. Yeah.
Now here's another one I came up with. This one's called The Adventures of Leap and Friends. Great Outdoor Adventures. This one includes 3 great episodes plus a bonus episode of Dragon Tales as well. Mm-hmm. And these free releases would be from 2000.
2000. So I was only a 1-year-old baby.
Yeah. Depends on when it came out, because I was either born or not alive yet.
Get ready to explore the great outdoors with Leap and the rest of the Leapfrog.
Well, I was born in 98, so I would have been only 1 in the start of 2000.
Yeah. And it says, get ready to explore the great outdoors with Leap and the rest of the Leapfrog gang in 3 great episodes. First, in A Day at Moss Lake, Leap, Lily, and Tad go to Moss Lake to celebrate Della Duck's birthday.
That's cool. I remember that book.
Then in Leap Goes Fishing, Leap wants to learn how to catch a fish with a little help from Gramps. Finally, in Tad Goes Swimming, Tad is afraid to swim until Lily, Leap, Gramps, and the frog parents help him learn how to swim.
Yeah, his mom and dad, basically.
And here are the episodes. And basically, those were all the episodes. But at this one would have the Dragon Tales episodes, Eggs Over Easy, and a liking to biking on this DVD.
Like I said, yes, Flicka, how Ord's scream when he thinks he's going to fall reminds me of Patrick screaming in Band Geeks. Mind if I do the Patrick scream from Band Geeks?
Well, When Bill Foggerbucky does a Patrick scream, he makes his scream sound more like he's crying rather than he's actually screaming.
Well, I thought it was more of a laugh than a scream.
Well, mind if I still do it, Flicka?
Sure.
Do the whoa, ho, 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 ho. And then when Patrick comes in, whoever's the owner of a light sedan, you left your lights on.
And then here's the fourth one I made.
Sound like he's
this
laughing.
One is not a 2000 release. This one is actually from late 1999. And this one's called Facing Your Fears.
Facing Your Fears.
And it says includes 3 great episodes plus a bonus episode of Dragon Tales as well. This would possibly be one of the earliest releases to have a Dragon Tales episode on here.
Yeah.
And it says, help your child overcome fears in 3 great episodes of The Adventures of Leap and Friends, an animated series which is based off of the popular Leap Pad books from Leapfrog. First, Lily doesn't think her new teacher is fun until she learns she likes art as much as Lily, while she also learns a lesson that you can't judge a book by its cover. Then,
yeah, also like when the children sing in Thomas, don't judge a book by its cover. Don't judge a book by its cover.
All right,
mind up too soon, and blah, blah.
It is like that. And it says, then,
always what they
and
could
it says, then Leap refuses to try olives, but learns that you should at least try something new, even if it's not your favorite.
Yeah, that's what I learned. You know what? When I was a kid, Flicka, my uncle cooked hot dogs on the grill, and I didn't like them like that, but I tried it anyway, and I liked it.
And you know what? Finally, Tad is afraid to go to the circus after he sees a clown until he discovers that the clown is a friendly clown who invites all the frogs to play in the band.
Yeah, like that's like something else, yeah. But yeah, let's get
of course,
yeah.
The episodes would be a surprising teacher, the day Leap ate olives, both of which are based off of Leap Pad books, and Tad at the circus.
Yeah.
And this would have the Dragon Tales episodes Tails You Lose and Calling Dr. Zack.
Oh, yeah. Can I tell you, Emmy's attitude is not good in Tails You Lose. Like, basically, yeah, remember we did the Guess the Voice impressions? I did it from Tails You Lose. She says, "Nuh-uh, I'm never, ever, ever playing freeze dance again. I'm going home. Don't go, Emmy. Come on, Max. But I want to stay here and play. I said, come on, Max."
Well,
sounds familiar. I don't know why.
I don't get why it's on There's Nothing to Fear. Emmy wasn't even afraid. Instead, she was angry.
Yeah. That should have been on, well, I know it makes sense to be on Don't Give Up DP.
That should have been on Look on the Bright Side instead of...
Maybe, like, switch it, put, like, There's Nothing to Fear, like, put Ord's Unhappy Birthday or Bully for You on the VHS, There's Nothing to Fear.
Bully for You on There's Nothing to Fear, and put Tails You Lose on Look on the Bright Side.
I think then we had, I think would put Ord's Unhappy Birthday last, but put Tails You Lose as the second episode? Or put it as the first episode?
Put it as the first episode, and then put Cassie Loves a Parade, and then Ord's Unhappy Birthday being the last one.
And what if they swept it, and now if they swapped There's Nothing to Fear VHS, but it still starts with, Frog Prince, Stormy Weather, and...
It would start with Stormy Weather, then Bully for You, and then Frog Prince.
And then we didn't have, I could just, if it did that, I would have to fast forward to Frog Prince and have to, well, I mean, even though on the VHS I have no choice but to watch the program of Bully for You, yes.
And anyway, what did you find interesting about those fan-made Leapfrog releases from 1999 and 2000 that I came up with?
I found that cool.
What did you find cool about it?
that use some ways to adapt, like those pad books.
And yes, it would air on PBS if it did exist.
Yeah.
I even made a couple. I even made a few fan-made end credits to the first 2 episodes of the series from season 1.
Yeah.
With the first one being, of course, Lil's loose tooth. Which, that's exactly what I'm going to... Alright.
What's that?
It's the Leapfrog family theme for the LeapPad learning system, which I made for the theme for The Adventures of Leap and Friends.
Oh.
Wow. I will say this, Noah. My update on my Thomas Friends collection video may be coming next month.
Oh, it might jump?
Yeah, because recently, just yesterday, I bought like 6 or so Thomas releases off of Amazon, and I just have like a few more to get, and then I should be able to do the collection video.
Okay, well, how are you going to do the Blu-rays and the DVDs separately, Gum? Like, put the Blu-rays in their own section and just leave the DVDs together?
I haven't figured that part out yet. I'll figure it out when it comes, but...
Okay.
Yeah.
And here's the end credits for the second episode. This one would be a tad too much.
I know that jingle.
It sounds familiar to me.
It's like the startup of the LeapPad book.
Yeah, I think I used to have one, but I don't remember what happened to it.
I still have one, Gum.
Was it blue with like his pen thing with a cord attached to it?
Mine's actually the LeapPad Plus writing. That'll play all books.
Yeah, I think I have some too. Like one I have is Scooby-Doo and the Disappearing Donuts.
I don't have that one.
Yeah, if I somehow had my camera working, I could show you.
And I even made one of the end credits for one of the season 2 episodes as well. This one would be Leap to the Moon.
Leap to the Moon? But yeah, once you make that video, Gum, of your Thomas home media collection update.
Yeah.
I know you don't have most of those models, model series like I do. I can show you what I have of something cool since we're all done with showing all CGI Thomas pieces.
Okay.
Mind if I grab it?
Yeah, go right ahead. And now it's just you and me.
All right.
Movie and Game Level went to go get something, but he'll be back.
Here it is.
So basically,
Yeah, the CD sample of Hershey Chocolate Crunch.
What I did was I actually made the Children's Television Workshop and Columbia TriStar Television logos low pitched for some of those episodes.
Yeah, I also have another DVD gum that has another one with a CD sampler.
Yeah. Was it Snowy Surprise?
Yeah, I can also show you that too.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can grab that too.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, here they are. Oh, wrong way. Wrong order.
Yeah. I know James and the Red Balloon had a CD sampler.
I can't find that version. It's hard to find. There was one time I was going to get a Best of James with a CD, but I lost on it.
Yeah. Like
and you know how many seasons?
But in the James and the Red Balloon one, it has the James and the Trouble Tree sampler.
Yeah, I think the seller might have lost it. So because he said the seller was lying to him, saying it had the CD in, but then he got sent something else.
Well, he said he couldn't really say that someone was a liar because he didn't say if it had the sample or not.
Maybe he could have just asked this. This is what I do when I buy items on eBay, asking, is this item in good condition or whatever, or could you ship it in something protective to keep it safe while it's house?
Usually I just message sellers whenever they take a while to ship stuff.
Yeah, and also like if you get the CD version of Percy's Chocolate Crunch gum, there's still the Ghislaine logo, but this is the first DVD to show Hit Entertainment.
Yeah, I don't think I'll be getting any of the CD samplers.
Yeah, because I know they're hard to find for you, at least.
Well, I've seen some on eBay, but I just didn't see the need of getting them because I already have the releases.
But, you can look up the Thomas's Christmas Wonderland Train Yard Track CD on YouTube. It has the Winter Wonderland and Little Engines low-pitch songs.
Wait. Which actually, I do have the Train Yard Track CD.
And also, even though Warner Brothers released those Leapfrog DVDs from 2003 to 2005 and Lionsgate from 2009 and onward, what did you think of Columbia TriStar releasing them from the earlier years from late 1999 to 2003?
That would be kind of cool. Like Love of 2000.
Yeah.
Did you
find those Leapfrog DVDs by Columbia TriStar, including a bonus episode of Dragon Tales after the program is over?
I found that cool.
I'm hoping to make a couple more. Like, I might come up with some releases from 2001 in addition.
Yeah. And also, did you know, Flicka, that, yes, we did do a version how, what if Gordon did laugh in Middle Engine, even though I don't hate the whole episode Middle Engine. The rest was funny when Ari and Bert are acting like silly villains instead of acting like menacing scrap diesels.
So what do you think would happen if Gordon was the one that laughed at Percy for being the Middle Engine?
He was just, ha 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 ha, and so Tom Hat would tell him off, Gordon, stay out of this conversation. Or what if you say Gordon for laughing at Percy for him being naughty? I'm sending you to shunt cars with him.
He would say, Gordon, it is not funny to laugh at people who get in trouble. So now you must go work with Percy in addition and shunt cars with him.
And then he becomes the Middle Engine.
James becomes the middle.
His punishment.
Yeah, no, I was just joking with that part there.
So what would you have Sir Topham Hatt's line be when Sir Topham Hatt finds out that Gordon was the one that laughed at Percy?
Well, I already said the line. Gordon for laughing at Percy, at him for being naughty. I'm sending you to shunt cars with him. And Gordon says, cars? I hate cars.
See, you will. That's it. I will have you shunt cars for an extra week, even after Percy has finished his punishment.
Oh, yes, sir. And also, did you know that some versions of Thomas the Snowy Surprise on VHS, Gum, they listed as Thomas the Snowy Surprise instead of It's Only Snow?
Yeah, I've heard about that.
And also, so basically Gordon would be punished for a longer period of time than Percy did it. Because...
Yeah. Because I know, like, Ari and Bert's Alec Baldwin season 6 impressions, they're not as good as their season 5, in my opinion. Like, because, hello, James. Come to learn from those who know.
What if there was a Thomas episode called Taking the Plunge again, except this time, instead of Percy taking the plunge, this time it's James taking the plunge and falling in the water.
Well, how would Percy would say, danger. We mustn't go past that. That's still orders. And James would go, why?
And he would go, huh, I can ignore. I've been past that danger sign before. I won't get into an accident.
Well, that's dangerous, James. That means falling down something. I remember I was not supposed to, I tried to go past that danger sign, but I got scolded. and it got plunged into the water.
And what do you think Sir Topham Hatt's line should be if when he finds out that James was the second engine that disobeyed him from going into the water right after Percy? This time we'll have Sir Topham Hatt punish James by having him do Percy's work while Percy does his.
Well, you know how when Percy takes the plunge, the Ringo Starr version, he goes, You are a very
disobedient engine.
You are a very disobedient engine. Percy, do that voice. Please,
and
sir, get out, sir.
Taking the plunge again was from season 5 and had Alec Baldwin doing the narration instead of George Carlin.
Or Ringo Starr.
And what would you like Sir Topham Hatt to say to James when he is sunk in the water, just like with Percy?
Maybe he could just say, "You are a much more obedient and a much more bigger obedient engine," and then the narrator says,
"You are a much more disobedient."
Disobedient. And then James knew that voice. Please, sir, get me out, sir. I'm truly sorry, sir.
After you're out of the water, you will stay in the shed for the rest of the day. And then tomorrow, I will arrange a punishment.
Yes, sir.
The next day, Sir Topham Hatt came to tell James what the punishment is. I have decided what your punishment would be. You are going to go work with Percy by helping him take the mail train.
Yes, sir, but I don't like pulling the mail. It's not a job for a tender engine like me.
Tender engine or tank engine, orders are orders.
Yes, sir. I'll try. And also, remember when we did a different version of Thomas Comes to Breakfast, or make it go James Goes to Breakfast? James Comes to Breakfast, excuse me?
Yeah.
We should show Gum how we did a different version called James Comes to Breakfast. And then
It's like,
you are in a lot of trouble, James.
Please, sir, I'm sorry.
No, he says, I know, sir. I'm sorry, sir. You must go to the works for a longer period of time for repairs. It will be a very, very long job.
And it said, after you've been repaired, you will not be able to get out of the shed for a few days. I hope you learned your lesson.
Or like I said, to do a trilogy saying, meanwhile, Diesel will do all your jobs while you're being repaired. Oh, Diesel engine, sir? Yes.
I can imagine what it would be like if there was a sequel to the Percy's Ghostly Trick episode called...
Well, it kind of was with Woolly Bear.
Why not have a sequel to Woolly Bear where this time Henry gets covered with the hay and Gordon has warned Henry about it instead of Percy and Thomas?
Your ugly fizz is enough to frighten even a bigger engine like me, Henry. You're like, I'm ugly indeed. I agree. What would Gordon call Henry since Thomas called Percy a green caterpillar with red stripes? Maybe a bigger green caterpillar with
green butterfly with red stripes.
Yeah, Henry's a bigger engine. A green butterfly with red stripes. You fly like one too.
What about A? I do not!
Who's been late every afternoon this week?
It is those stinking hay.
Something. Because in the original version of Woolly Bear, it was just hay. Could it be the hay again?
Well, this time, why not have it be, It's the soot.
Or
I
leaves.
can't help that. Time's time, and Sir Topham Hatt relies on me to keep it. I can't if you fly in the soot till all hours.
That was your take on Alec Baldwin season 5, Gordon Boyce.
Well, yes, because I know Woolly Bear was originally narrated by Ringo Starr and George Carlin.
I can imagine what it would be like if there was a sequel to the episode, a sequel to the episode of Big Day for Thomas.
Well, kind of had that.
This time, it's actually called A Big Day for James.
Where James does not wait to be coupled up, yes.
And then he actually gets into an accident in the sequel, unlike Big Day for Thomas.
Well, Thomas got stopped by a signal because he couldn't go farther because of the red signal.
James gets into an accident in the sequel.
Well, how would that be? That would be weird. And then all the passengers are talking at the station what a bad railway it was, and they're wondering where the engine is.
And then this time, Sir Topham Hatt is cross with him for causing confusion and delay. This would be the sequel to it would be narrated by Michael Brandon.
Yeah.
He's like, James, you have caused confusion and delay, said Sir Topham Hatt sternly.
I did tell you to please wait until everything's ready.
And James began to cry.
Wah, wah, wah.
Like, wah, wah, wah.
Yeah, from the Jellyfish Hunter episode of SpongeBob.
No, it's I'm your biggest fanatic when these guys go, wah, wah, wah. And then they go, I meant two jellyfish. Yeah, like when... Yeah, it's not Jellyfish Hunter, I'm your biggest fanatic. It's I'm your biggest fanatic. Well, there's also the funniest one when the cool, state-of-the-art jellyfish nets. Touch. Don't touch. And wow, this are Zero from Jellyfish the movie. Touch. Don't touch.
What if there was a sequel to Thomas Breaks the Rules called Henry Breaks the Rules?
Where it's even a bigger, pissed police officer, like angry police officer, even more angry.
Yeah. You have disrupted me by sneezing all over my face.
How did Henry sneeze at the police officer, unlike when he tried to sneeze at the boys and whistles and sneezes?
Well, let's imagine that Henry caught a cold again.
But Henry didn't know. He was snuffled up, and then he realized that the police officer was not there, and he accidentally sneezed right into his face.
Stop right there, little engine. Stop right there, and big engine.
Big green engine? You know me, I was trying to take a snooze, and suddenly I see someone sneezing all over me.
I can't help it, sir. I have caught a bad cold.
Well, that is not what I suspect. What can we do to help you? Stop sneezing. And he wrote in his notebook.
Well, regular lawbreaker.
Regular lawbreaker in his book. Henry began to cry, and he puffed sadly away.
Well, he just puffed sadly away. And then they would still say Sir Tom. Remember in the original version, Thomas Breaks the Rules, Sir Tom Hatt said he was he was eating toast, having breakfast. He was eating toast and marmalade.
Why not have him eat eggs?
He was eating toast and eggs, and not like the different one where it says the butler came in. Excuse me, sir, your wand on the telephone.
Why
and actually, hold on a second, guys. We're gonna take the rest of the filming outside. My brother's coming home.
Well, some of these sound interesting. Not sure how they would fit some of the characters. Some of them seem a little out of place for some of the characters, but that's just my opinion. Still very quiet. Wow, if you can hear me moving Game 11 for 98, I'm also going to try to set my Thomas collection video to be on a premiere this time. So, I don't know what day it will be, but I'll have to figure all that out soon once I get the rest of the Thomas DVDs. But yeah, I do want to have it set to a premiere because I think that'll be interesting. Plus, it's probably more likely a chance to get people to come to a premiere collection video rather than just my what if alternate timeline been making in Minecraft. Still so quiet here around here. Wish I had this camera working, but for some reason it's not. Hey, at least the mic works, because so I can still talk. Yeah. Would talk a little more, but I don't want to interrupt because it's just not the right thing to do always.
So
all right, trying, guys.
Basically, we would have the police officer say, "The law is the law," and unfortunately, we'll have to stick with the law.
Sir Topham Hatt was even more exhausted. I'm sorry, driver.
Maybe instead of Toby, we could have a different character. Maybe we could have Edward frighten the police instead of Toby.
Well, I thought you said it was Henry.
Yeah, well, this is part of Henry's portion.
Oh.
I'm sorry. We will have to make these. We will have to make Henry into a smaller size so he looks like Edward.
Everyone will laugh, sir. They'll say I look like a medium-sized engine. Or how they... But yeah. And also... Yeah. And also, look, I would like to tell you something. Mind if I ask you this?
Sure.
Yeah. Like I said, I know your favorite Dragon Tales episode of Season 1. Is it from one of the numbered episodes, right? From Season 1?
Mm-hmm.
Was it from episodes 1 through 10, or was it from any of the 20 episodes of 1999, or one of the other
20 episodes of 1999?
Okay, as long as it's not the bad episode No Hitter, right?
It's not. One of my favorites is Dragon Drop.
Okay, so that's
not a problem.
So would Dragon Drop be your all-time favorite episode of Season 1?
Yeah, probably.
Okay, because I like how Zach says, "Yikes! He said it. That's our trouble."
Yeah, I can imagine what it would be like if they made a sequel to the episode Henry's Forest called Thomas's Branch Line.
That'd be kind of interesting because they like how Thomas's branch line would get closed down.
Or why not have them closed down due to a bad snowstorm?
Like a big snowstorm.
Well,
snows during
closed down in Tale of the Brave.
Yeah.
Because due to a bridge that
one evening, a big blizzard came.
The engines were resting in the shed, and the others would say, "Listen,
Hey, can you find out what this sound is?" said Gordon.
And Toby would still say it's the snowstorm blowing outside our shed. Or
I sure hope nothing bad happens to my branch line.
By morning, the snowstorm had gone, but the frozen stuff was done. Thomas's driver came to see him at the shed. That was my George Carlin impression.
But yeah. But when I did a Gordon voice, it was reminiscent to the Alec Baldwin one.
Like you said, do you hear that strange sound?
Can you hear that strange sound? Said Gordon.
Or what if Percy was in there instead of Toby?
And then it's like, or maybe we could have Henry say, listen, it is a snowstorm outside. I've never heard it howling like this before.
And James would still say, do you know? If someone wasn't here now, I'd say it was him. Something. I don't know.
Like, do you know?
Said James. James?
If Percy wasn't here now, I'd say it was him with his snowplow.
All the engines laugh, except Thomas.
I hope nothing bad happened to my branch line.
By morning, the snowstorm had gone, but the frozen stuff was done. Thomas, the driver, came to see him at the shed.
A tree has fallen off due to a bad snowstorm.
We must help clear those tracks. And who would be the one to pull the breakdown train, like when Donald pulled the breakdown train in Henry's Forest?
Why not have James pull it?
James set off with the breakdown train. Thomas followed. Snow lay everywhere.
The hillside looked so bare. Thomas was so sad he started to cry.
What will happen to everything that lives on this hillside?
A small tear trickled down Thomas's eye as he puffed away.
When Thomas's freight cars or something was loaded with something, he took them to Thomas was glad that something was being put to good use, but he was still sorry to lose part of his branch line.
That evening, Henry came by to tell him the news. Oh, I had a similar experience like this before when my forest was cut down from the wind.
You do, Henry?
Yes. I know how you feel, Thomas.
Yeah, Henry would feel sorry for Thomas, just like how Thomas and Toby feel sorry for Henry about his forest. But, like, you know how who would go see Sir Topham Hatt?
Gordon is like, what? We can't fix things if the snow has covered them.
And then who would go see Sir Topham Hatt?
It would be
Percy.
It would be Percy.
Hello, Percy. You do look glum.
Well, I feel bad for Thomas about his branch line, sir.
It's a special place to him. Now some of it is gone. We'll soon.
I want my branch line back.
Now some of it is gone. We'll soon put that. And what will be the thing that Percy takes to get the thing looking like new again?
Well, probably a snow shoveler.
When the snow shoveler arrived, Percy was delighted. It was very special. It could blow every snow out of the way. This is the best job I've ever had, said Percy proudly.
My branch line is back.
And like Thomas would be pleased. Who would be the two characters to clean up the mess, like Terrence and Trevor did in Henry's Forest?
Why not have Edward clear the mess?
When Thomas returned, he was most surprised. There were Edward and who would be the other off-rail character, like it was Terrence and Trevor in the original?
Maybe
Trevor.
we should have Edward and, well, why not have...
Trevor.
Well, we had Trevor in Henry's Forest, but we could have Edward and Oliver.
There were Edward and Oliver, basically helping helping the workmen clear all the snow, drifts, and other things. Like Oliver would say, "Look, Thomas, we're beginning again. Your branch line will be better than ever before. You'll see."
Yeah, I can imagine what it'd be like if there was a sequel to Gordon and the Gremlin.
Yeah.
And in that one, it would be called. This one would be called James and the Monster.
Yeah. Just if they did that in Tale of the Brave, maybe. And also,
it's not really like Tale of the Brave. Why not have a cat climb on board Percy's cab instead of a dog on Thomas's?
Well, that'd be kind of cool. Yes, we could still see a cat.
And then why not? Maybe we could have James blow an extra long whistle, which frightened the cat.
This frightened the visitor's cat so much that what would they think to be to scare the
Michael Brandon doing the narration? James blew an extra long whistle. Because of this, it has frightened the cat so much that he ran out of James's cabin into Percy's.
Or what about, like, before that happens, the dog gets frightened by the bull? What would be the thing to scare the cat this time? Because, the bull scared the lion frightened the little kitten even more. He ran back again onto the platform and over the bridge. Meow, meow. And the cat could be a she, and like the dog gremlin was a he. She didn't stop until she jumped straight into Percy's cab. But she had a wonderful ride all the way to the docks.
Well,
what's the cat's name?
Why not have James say that poor Percy's just a lazy little engine, and Sir Topham Hatt expects me to arrive on time because I'm so splendid. We're late all because of Percy.
Yeah, and also, do you know something cool? You know how it's this in Dragon Tales, Wheezy's hairball flicka, when Max says when he was a baby, he said he had to have mushy carrots when he was a baby, and he said yuck because he didn't like that.
Yeah.
When I was a baby, I had to have mushy carrots. Yuck.
Yeah.
Yeah. And also, yes, when I did the impression of Woody the Door from Treasure Hunt, oh dear, oh my, I'm locked up tight, aren't I? Oh, you talk? Oh, of course. Pleased to meet you all. I'm Woody. See, I wish I could open up. I wish I could. Why can't you, Woody?
What if there was a season 4 episode with Dragon Tales where Woody came back, and they came back to that place where they previously had a treasure hunt? This time it's a treasure hunt to find something that Ord and Cassie lost.
Yeah. And they still go, oh my, I couldn't believe I knocked up tight again. And then Enrique gets
help me find my lost please help me find my lost backpack. It has my Dragonberry cupcake in it.
Well, I think I'm gonna head out now.
Oh, you're Arkham? Okay. At least
Yeah.
you have to join for the portion of the collection stream, but the rest is just talk about random stuff because it's almost 11 o'clock. Well, okay, you can go ahead and go, Gum.
Yeah. Hopefully next time we get my camera to work.
We could.
Okay.
I'll tell you what. Why don't we stop when it reaches 9:15 in my area? Because it's 8:53 in my area.
Well, it's getting close to 11 in my area, Flickleva.
Alright. Please help me find my backpack. It has my Dragonberry cupcake in it. And then Cassie is like, and I'm looking for Kiki and Finn. They have wandered off.
Oh, of course. I can help you guys with that. You just have to follow these directions. And yes, Enrique's there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. And yeah, that'd be kind of interesting. A different version of Treasure Hunt, kind of like we did with the different version of Don't Bug Me, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And also, yeah. Oh yeah, remember when also in the episode "Get Off of My Cloud," where it reminds me of where James messes up. It kind of like how Max screws around and Emmy gets pissed at him, saying, "You know what, Max? Why don't you just stay and watch for once?"
And what if there was a sequel to?
Was it "Get Off My Cloud"?
Of My Cloud to Get On the Train.
Get on the train. But it would have the sister episode as the repeated "Get Off of My Cloud," right?
Yeah, this time it would have
Emmy probably or Enrique.
This time it would have. This time it would have. Emmy making something, and then Enrique, when he realizes that he doesn't mess anything up, instead of reprimanding Emmy, he's like, "It's okay, Max. You can do it again in a little bit. Somebody needs help to get on the train."
And Emmy is on something, or Max or someone.
Oh, we could have Emmy make some food, but then Enrique can get stuck and ask, "How do we get back on the train?"
And one of them would meet the character like how Max met Sid on the clouds and get off my
Sid Sycamore, we could have Zach and Wheezy say that they're doomed.
We're doomed. Now we're stuck on here. I can't get back on this train, and we'll never get back home.
Oh, Zachy! What are we gonna do?
Oh, and see Wheezy cry.
And then we could have Zach go like, "I don't know," and then he cries with Wheezy.
Oh, see them both cry together. Poor guys.
And he's like, "Que pasa, Zach and Wheezy?"
What is wrong, you two?
We're really doomed! Doomed!
Yeah.
How are we gonna get on the train? We don't even have the directions!
And we don't have a way to get back on. Because, in real life, people would just get tickets to take a train ride. That's how I learned back in Colombia when we had trains in our area. I kind of like a different version of Max Lives the Train in a way.
Yay. It's like, how are we gonna do that?
Yeah, that'd be kind of an interesting plot. And also, and you know how in the episode Baby Troubles at the very end, Kiki squeezes Zach's nose. Squishy! And then Zach says,
"Oh, brother!"
She thinks your nose is her squishy. And then
there's a sequel to Baby Troubles where this time it's Finn. Finn losing her
his
rubber duck toy for his bath time, and it takes place in the bathtub instead of in a bed.
Oh, that'd be so cool. And then Cassie's mom and dad would wait. And also do you need a bath, Finn? Looks like I think Finn wants
Give him a bath fast. I can smell him. I've been babysitting Finn all day while you were at the school in the sky.
Yeah. And also and then Finn would go, "No!" And then Cass would say, "But it's time.
Well, why not have Zach say it? But it's bath time, little Finn. Do you want to get clean?
No.
What are we gonna do? Get Cassie's dad.
Yeah, let their dad do it this time.
Is everything all right?
Is that Cassie's dad's voice or is that her mom's?
Is everything all right? Yeah, that would be Cassie's dad's voice. Is everything all right?
Not very well, Daddy. Finn has to take his bath.
Finn lost his rubber ducky and he can't take a bath without it.
Well, what would they do to help Finn calm down if he's missing his ducky?
Well, he's like, I think I know a place. We've gone to the finders. We've gone to the lost and found place. Maybe the rubber ducky is there.
And then they go, "Hi, Ord. Can I help you with something?"
I'm looking for a rubber ducky for Finn.
Rubber ducky. Well, I've got frogs, some interesting crickets, a whoopee cat, and then Tammy is like, "Excuse me."
I see a rubber ducky right there. I'm gonna see if I can try to reach it. Whoa! I can't reach.
How are you able to reach the ducky?
Well, maybe it's way up in the shelf, and just as he tries to grab it, he falls off. He's like, oh, I can't reach. I need help.
And then they try to give him a boost.
Yeah. And then why not have like, here you go, Nino. Finn is gonna be very pleased.
Let's hurry and give Finn his bath before he throws another fit. Yeah, I can't stand him throwing fits. It keeps me awake. When I have to go to bed at...
What's wrong, Finn? Is the water cold? Do you need it warmed up again?
Ducky!
Got it!
And then, well, what if Finn did this, but he didn't cry again when they came screaming in? And then, what would Finn... Who knows what he squeezed? Like when Kiki did it to Zach in the original?
Why not have Ord get squeezed by Finn? He's like, oh, dear. If I get squeezed one more time, I'm going to faint.
And then, what if just Zach and Wheezy went with Max, Emmy, and Enrique? And then Cassie would say, he thinks your nose is his ducky, Ord.
My hands are getting tired from being squished.
And they come in and Finn cheers excitedly, Ducky! Ha ha ha!
And then,
Phew.
And then, for one of the rarest times ever, a song from Sesame Street called Rubber Ducky plays in...
Oh, wow. That'd be so cool.
In a Dragon Tales episode. This would be one of the rarest times where a song that was written by Sesame Workshop for Sesame Street, Rubber Ducky, plays at the end of the song with Jim Henson's original voice of Ernie intact. He was like, Rubber Ducky, you're the one. You make bath time lots of fun.
Yeah, that'd be kind of cool. Yeah, and also like they get Finn's bath done before he has to go to bed, and yeah.
And then,
what
if we had something interesting?
What?
Instead of them saying the line, we could have Emmy, Max, and Enrique sing, I wish to use this rhyme. Go back home until next time. Rubber ducky, I'm awfully fond of you.
With the parody of them singing the rhyme to go back home, but they say it while singing.
Yeah.
And also, like before they do that, and like, when Cassie, how's everything going? Like I said, it was easy, Daddy.
Yeah, it was very easy. I don't know what I could have done if we haven't looked for the rubber ducky. Finn would have been crying all day.
He would have been very upset. Just like when he was upset about losing his special blankie. Oops, I shouldn't have said that. Just kidding. Well, at least you guys done it really well. Now it's time for Finn to take his bedtime. But when they go back home, it's nighttime. Emmy, Max, and Enrique are back home, but it's night already.
And they actually sing it, and then the song actually
Continues
when they're in Dragonland, and it actually plays. And then the rubber ducky song actually fades out when Emmy, Max, and Enrique laugh. Instead of using one of the music underscores for Dragon Tales, it actually fades out during the middle of the rubber ducky song.
Yeah. And yeah, remember when we did every Dragon Tales episode from season 2, but we didn't get to the season 3 portion, but we did only the B portion of season 2? I did the singing portion from the song Hands Together, Los Pollitos. Like, literally where they sang in the English version, all the little chicks say, cheep, cheep, cheep. We are very hungry and too cold to sleep.
And then what if
Mother's friends are... What? Yeah?
What if at the very end of the scene, Max decides to go to the bathroom and then hop into the bathtub and turn the water on, and then Emmy is like, Max, where are you?
But they don't show the bathroom on screen, right?
Well, they don't show the bathtub on the bathroom on the screen, but they do show the bathtub that Max is in.
They do? Because usually yeah.
Actually, we would hear Max's voice. It's like, Emmy, I'm in my bathtub. Hey, Emmy, have you seen my rubber ducky?
You mean this one, Max?
Yeah. And
at least Max can try
to the recording of Rubber Ducky.
Yeah.
Near the end of it, it's like, Rubber Ducky, you're the one. You make bath-time lots fun. Come on, sing, Emmy. Rubber Ducky, awfully fond of you.
Yeah, also, what if there was a sequel to the episode Just for Laughs? What could the sequel be called to Just for Laughs?
As long as it doesn't have anything to do with Just for Cries, I'm great with that.
Okay, and definitely not anger either.
What about,
Just for cheers? Was that the same thing as laughs? Like cheering?
Just for food?
Just for food. But still put Kiki and Finn in there, maybe?
Yeah. This one would have Kiki and Finn and one of Ord's babies named Fred.
Like when they try to watch Fred over and then everything's going not as planned.
And you know
like,
who's going to voice Fred in Dragon Tales? Roger Bumpus, who does the same tone of voice as Baby Squidward from the Squid Baby episode. He's like, Cookie!
But this, like, in this one, they try to say, like, you know how, like, Ord tried to tell Kiki and Finn not to do these things and they didn't listen? Like, what if Cassie did it to Fred or Zack and Wheezy did?
Zack and Wheezy would do it to Fred. He's like, no, Fred, don't even think about doing this. Because remember last time? You hurt yourself.
And then they just do something and they just do this. And I think it's even harder. Well, I don't think that this... Well, Emmy says in Just for Laughs, well, it sure is hard taking care of 2 toddlers at the same time. And then Ord goes, really hard.
To take care of 3? Can you imagine?
Or like Zack and Wheezy would say, because Fred is Ord's sibling.
Yeah.
Zack and Wheezy would say, even 3. That was my Zack impression.
And what if in one scene,
yeah,
Fred actually cries because he's hungry? He'd be like, cookie.
Oh no, we better feed Fred. Oh my god. But in Just for Laughs, nobody cried. Well, in Just for Laughs, nobody cried.
Well, yeah, but Fred does it briefly in Just for Food because he's hungry for a cookie and he hasn't been fed.
Well, just like at the end of Cassie the Green-Eyed Dragon, when Finn cried when he was hungry. And yes, I know the funny airplane from Cassie the Green-Eyed Dragon. Zoo, zoo. And
let's just imagine a few more, and then the stream will be called done.
Yeah, because I know you gotta. Well, yeah, it's been going on for 3 hours. It's been a while. I've done a 3-hour stream. Well, I might have done it before. I don't know. Well,
all right. So,
we'll
think of at least
a few more.
So, I can imagine what it would be like if there was a sequel to the Dragon Tales episode. The Forest of Darkness, where this time it's Kiki and Finn being afraid of the Forest of Darkness instead of Ord.
And then they close their eyes and they cry out saying it's scared in there, and then they run away crying and just sitting there sad.
Kiki? Finn? Where did you go?
I think they might.
Let's find it. Let's find them.
Oh, scary! Kiki, Finn, what's wrong? Oh, I think they're scared because that place is too dark and scary for them. Kind of like when I was scared of going in there for the first time. Well, Kiki and Finn, don't worry. I'll hold your hands and nothing will be scary.
And I will make sure to find the starseed for you, just like when Wheezy and I helped me find a starseed for Ord.
And then they cheer excitedly that Cassie's going to help them every step of the way. But then they notice some weird eyes, but they realize it was just that bird. And then they run off crying. Kiki, Finn, don't cry again. It's just some interesting eyes.
And then what if that bird was actually voiced by a male actor, and this one, instead of a female, this would be like, excuse me?
Excuse me? Are you lost?
No, we're not lost. We're just trying to help Kiki and Finn find a starseed and help Kiki and Finn overcome their fears of the Forest of Darkness.
Well, I think I could help you too. I could show you the directions to this rock area with the starseed. And it would be the ones using their fire breath. Zack and Wheezy, just like in the very first Dragon Tales sister.
It would be Ord using his fire breath.
Well, because his is the strongest because it can make big lights to help him make the little ones not so scared.
Don't worry, Kiki and Finn. I'm going to make the biggest fire breath of all, so you don't have to worry about the dark.
And no more creatures will be scaring us anymore. Well, Ort did make the light from his fire breath, right?
Yeah, that would be the way I was doing it. That would be the sound of Ort inhaling and exhaling the fire breath.
Well, okay, yeah. I think yeah. So I think it's 11:15. Full Clover 2000. I think we'll go ahead and stop.
All right. Well, I hope you enjoyed Movie and Game Lover 98's stream, which was 3 hours long, and I will be leaving the stream, and in the meanwhile, Movie and Game Lover 98 will tell us thanks for joining the stream. While I leave, Movie and Game Lover 98 will say thanks for joining the stream. So, this is Flick11 2000 saying goodbye.
Well, anyways, yep. Thanks for joining this stream, guys. I'm doing part 3, the final part of the CGI Thomas Home Media collection, while showing off CGI Thomas Home Media releases. Thanks to you guys out there again for joining. Some of you guys out there. And hopefully you guys like this long 3-hour stream. And hopefully maybe for the next Thomas Home Media collection, or just anything in general, we'll merge all the Thomas Home Media releases. That means we'll have to do that one in several parts. That means we'll have to do every single Thomas Home Media release model and CGI at the same time. So anyways, yep, that's going to be it for this part 3 of the final portion of the Thomas CGI Home Media releases collection portion. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this, and stick around for more streams as well as other videos coming soon as always. Yep, Movie and Game Lover 98, signing off and saying goodbye.